All right.
And we are live.
Oh wait, hold on. Oh, let me pause that. Oh. Well, I was watching should not be heard.
Well, a ho to you two, buddy.
And we're live. Hello, everybody. Merry Christmas or whatever you celebrate. We're in
Happy
here.
holidays.
Happy
All that good
holidays.
stuff.
Y'all almost had a nice surprise.
We're revisiting Tiny Evil again?
Oh no. It's not the season. It's not the season for Tiny
It's
Holiday.
not the season for Tiny Evil.
Yeah, that's another season. That's a summer anime. But that's sort of a different time.
Oh yeah, Meru the Succubus was this season.
Listen, man, we're not giving no one any ideas, okay? But yeah.
That.
Epic Steve here. Naturally, y'all know who I is. Yeah, y'all know who I be. Hot side.
Yo, it's your boy Hot Side, and I'm playing some Vanguard right now. I'm the regular guest on tonight's podcast. What's up?
Greens, everyone. I am Master Menos. How have you guys been?
Been good.
Okay.
More or less.
This will be our last podcast of the year, and I'll be doing award ceremony on the 31st of this month, where I'll be giving out the L's and W's.
Yeah. So this
I'm going to go ahead and announce it. Country of the year with the big sell, China. Yeah.
Oh yeah. We they already know what that L is going to be, so it's going to be amazing. It's a nice award ceremony. We're going to have it for them all. Everyone gets their L's and W's, mostly L's. It's gonna be amazing.
We're just going to do a compilation of 20 topics total as of our new cap right now. Well, me and Epic were reminiscing for one show that had 63 topics total. I was shocked we went that far. Maybe we should do an endurance stream one day with 69 topics, but well, let's all not right now.
Yeah, that's a next year thing to think about next year. Maybe no year. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe no year. There we go.
I don't know how long that one was because I don't remember which episode it was. But that would last like 5+ hours, I think.
Oh yeah.
But enough of that.
Let's get into our sponsors who have lasted us since we got them. Surprisingly, with all the weird stuff we said, I'm surprised they haven't dropped us.
Very true. Very true.
They stood the test of time.
Mm-hmm. Starting with Inner Server.
Listen, it's the holidays. InnerServer.net. That's a great gift for anyone who who needs web hosting. They say standard web hosting, but this is anything but standard. For just $250 a month. They have a sale right now. You get 24/7 epic support, like my name, live chat, phone, Facebook chat, email, whatever. Standard web hosting for just $250 a month. You can't beat that price. I mean, seriously, you can't. I looked around. And no hidden charges. You can also choose your plan. So if you want VIP special, that's just $6 a month. $6?
Still a really good deal.
That's no money. I mean, literally. That's literally less than a cup of coffee.
$6 a month. No, all you have to do for that, bud, is you go stand out by a corner for a couple hours, and you stand there, and ask for freaking money. Because people
Oh
will
yeah,
just give it to
I
you.
mean, there you go. That's your $6 a month right there. It's just that simple. You can get dedicated servers for $49 a month, which also isn't bad considering you get what you get with that as well. But like I said, I mean, InnerServer.net. You want to have a website? That's the best way to do it. Web hosting.
Yeah. Also, Razer.
Yo, let me hit you up with this Razer ad right now, bud. I just got some nice Razer gear, and my gameplay has kicked up a couple notches, like legitimately. I've been struggling to find a good like grip mouse that's perfect for me, and this holiday season, my parents decided to let me get a couple presents early, and they hooked me up with a Razer mouse. Now this mouse is top of the line as far as in my price range. So we were, but I love Razers. They've always been good to me over the years. Love their controls, their keyboards, their mice, and this mouse right now. It's really good. It helps me a lot of times playing this Vanguard mode right now because these people I'm playing against are trash.
Yeah. And the mouse has no dead zones, which is something that you don't get with really any other mouse. So.
Yep.
I mean, like I said, Razer, they got very good headphones, gaming chairs. Step up your gaming setup, or anyone you know. 'Tis the season.
Yeah.
They're having a huge sale.
Oh
Razer.
yeah, they still have that emergency food
It's the
mouse
season
pad.
to go on some slaying as you go out through your night of gaming.
I like it. Do it.
Also, Get Response.
Listen, what can I say about Get Response that I haven't said before? Inbound marketing solutions. Grow your business online, grow your audience, engage with customers, boost online sales with marketing service that does the job for you. You can sign up for absolutely free. The low price of free. Sign up.
Yay.
Link is in the description.
You know what else is free? Dad's 3D.
That's three. Listen, man.
Maybe you guys love to model, but you don't like your own rendering speed because what makes a good model look fresh as hell? Some good rendering speed. Like, yes, you can make a model look beautiful. You could give it extra polys. You could give it extra typology. You could go through the whole layer of giving it its own texture, material, all that in Blender. But your render game is still weak compared to DAZ 3D. Might as well just hook it up through DAZ 3D because they do the best work that you can get.
I mean, the NVIDIA Iray renderer is the best renderer I have used, aside from the proprietary. I have seen some proprietary ones at companies, and they're really good, but this is actually on the market, absolutely free, just beautiful. And if you're not that good at modeling, they have modeling tutorials in modes and meshes you can use within the program itself. Or you can buy models for money or for absolutely free as well. Every week they have new freebies on this site. Just download them and plug them in seamlessly and effortlessly into the program. I mean, what else can I say? I mean, that everything you're seeing here was made within DAZ 3D or made or brought or ported to DAZ 3D and rendered out using the NVIDIA Iray renderer. Amazing. I love it. It's just.
You know what makes it really good though, Epic? The fact that you don't need, like, personally, I don't have the best setup in the world. I made my PC I made mine on a tight budget, but I could still get one of the best renders without having to go and buying my a huge upgrade. So I can even model my simple stuff, send it out, and get a glorious rendering back. So nice.
I mean, what else can I say? I mean, this is literally one of the sponsors I reached out to because I really liked using the Dash 3D. Asked, could they please sponsor the channel? They said yes, and that's why I rep them so hard because they're very good. If you're a modeler or if you want to do anything with modeling, it is just amazing. 3D modeling has never looked cleaner.
Like legitimately, like I'm gonna when I redo my portfolio show or a new portfolio for myself, all my renders are gonna practically be from Dash 3D. Like every single one is going to be rerun through Dash 3D just to show how epic it actually works.
Yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about it. I mean, if you low price of free, download it.
Yeah. Got anything else or anything announced before we move on to the topics?
Okay. This will be probably a double upload on my channel when I do upload this onto my channel. For those listening to this after it becomes a premiere, I'll be uploading another podcast, and then this one, relatively around the same time. I was busy for a few weeks, so I've been out of the game for a while, but I'm back.
Yeah. I had a rough time with Myron's as well, including tonight. So I won't be. So my 12 days event is totally off sync. But I'll have to do this back tomorrow. Don't worry, I have most of everything edited at this point.
Nice, very nice.
Other than that, and my schedule. Other than that, and my stream schedule releasing, that's it.
Oh no! Oh, okay.
Other than that, and my stream schedule releasing, that's it.
Oh. Yeah, that one paused. That was about to be a disaster.
What happened?
It unpaused. Yeah. Maybe. I don't want to get out of it though. I'm just gonna put it on mute in case that happens again. Okay. Yeah. Y'all do not want to hear what's going on. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all.
I've known you long enough. I'm not going to be surprised what I hear.
You wouldn't, but anyone watching, I'd have to edit it out in the premiere. That's all I'm saying.
Oh man!
All right, let's get right into the news.
Get right into the news. I know that's not how he does it, but we can't copyright him. We don't want to get banned or strike or any of that other.
He's retiring after this year, apparently.
Someone I love this month got nuked. That was messed up.
I'll believe it when I don't see it.
He ain't retiring. He loves this too much.
Yeah,
he's a YouTuber.
Yeah.
First off, this is in memoriam. NES and SNES lead architect Masayuki Umeda just passed away.
Rest in peace. I read this article. I was coming from work and it was my Google Alerts. I was like, wow. I mean, rest in peace. I mean, the NES and the SNES were amazing consoles. And, NES pretty much saved gaming over here in the States. So definitely big ups to him. He was a very good architect. I mean, he did a good job with his product.
He was definitely a legendary architect in this sense that because of what he's done, we've evolved to such a high degree.
Yeah. So I mean,
he majorly played a crucial role in creating the color TV game systems, which were incredibly simplistic and built-in titles.
Yeah. I mean, rest in peace and thank you. Let's give a moment of silence for Masayuki, Mr. Moore. right. You will definitely be missed. I mean, dang. That's the godfather of architects right there, as far as gaming is concerned.
There wouldn't be Pong without him. He actually played a major role in Ice Climbers, so that wouldn't be made without him either. Hey. Yeah, he was awesome.
Wish the family best regards.
Now for the first three. Now for the next three topics, it's very serious.
Moment of silence. Is it serious?
It is serious. Yeah, that's serious, but it's even more serious. But these next three are even more serious.
Okay.
So
cold in my house right now because those guys need to come fix the heater coming tomorrow.
So about Sony, that same Sony that's been censoring anything Japanese or Japanese inspired. That same Sony that basically gave their old residents absolute hell while under the complete corrosion of from their new residents. And now, as of this, their chickens came home to roost. Because their vice president ended up getting caught doing some bad crap.
He basically wanted to be good friends with the underage individuals. Yeah, he was definitely into something else.
PlayStation,
and he got caught with his pants down.
Mm-hmm. He was fired immediately for allegedly appearing in an amateur pedophile sting video. People vs. Pred's a YouTube channel dedicated to exposing individuals attempting to groom and solicit sex from children. This includes massacring its underage users. They claim the individual in their latest video was senior vice president of PlayStation Network, George Casiopo. The group used to decoy on what appears to be a gay dating app Grindr. Day October 10th and December 3rd, the alleged chat logs will show who they claim to be. Casiopo seeking a blowy from someone he believed to be some 15-year-old boy. That account initiate the conversation, offering a lot of lewd things, and to deviate from article. When he fell for the decoy, People vs. Preds recorded him and completely caught him. He was in the PS5 shirt as well, as you see here.
Yeah, he literally got caught with his pants down. Yeah. It's crazy. I mean, honestly, who's surprised about this? I'm not. I mean, unfortunately, and this is not a gaming thing. This is just an industry thing. You know, people get some power to them. They're like, I want someone underage. I don't know why.
But I think it's more like, oh, because I have power now, even if I get in trouble, I got people that I can call and make connections, and I'm not really going to see too much time either way or whatever. It's still wrong. Like, you guys don't have that little freaking thought bubble in your head that's like your consciousness go, hey, red flag, what the WH are you doing?
Yeah, and
you don't have to go ahead.
Yeah, and even worse, the industry's full of these bastards.
I mean, every industry is full of them, and it's crazy. I mean, and it's just like, do you not think, hey, how about I not try to sleep with a child? I don't understand.
Yeah. Especially if they were super censorious.
Also, to the people on Twitter that were saying stuff like, I can't believe this man's gay. The problem that he's gay is not that's not a problem. I don't care that he's gay. If he got with another man, that wouldn't be an issue.
Literally going on to be 2022.
Yeah.
and people still have problems with gays. Like,
Yeah,
seriously, guys,
So are you telling
get
me that
over it.
you guys on Twitter would have been okay if it was a little girl, not a little boy? See, this is the stuff I talk about.
Wow.
It doesn't matter that I don't care if he's gay. If he's a man, I don't care. The fact is, it was a
If the
child.
guy was,
Yeah.
if the guy he was actually in that video with was of age or whatever, it wouldn't have mattered to me.
Yeah.
Or it wouldn't have mattered as much. I'm still not going to look at. I can't say what I would have done in that situation. What situation I mean is the situation of finding out, oh, he did a porn video. Okay, he did a porn video, but a lot of people do porn videos. But that's not what we're talking about. The fact that this guy is having issues and he decides to.
He wants to try to pick up a little boy,
Yeah.
On Grindr, I think.
Yeah, he was trying to pick up little boys on Grindr.
And you went on Grindr?
Yeah.
Grindr? But listen, man, Grindr's for 18 plus. But of course, you can find minors everywhere because they lie about their age. But still, it's like in the conversations, like, hey, I'm 14. He's like, hey, you 14? I'm 14. Basically, it's like this kind of stuff is not stuff that I feel is, I don't know, just, and it wasn't everyone on Twitter. I saw those comments on Twitter saying, I can't believe this man's gay. It's like, it doesn't matter if he's gay. It matters that he's a pedophile. That's what matters.
Yeah, that's what matters. What matters was he was after actual little children.
Yeah. Little boy, little girl, I don't care.
Yeah.
It's a child.
Normally I hear from Twitter being pissed off about fictional beings being looted. Not actual real life travesties, apparently. And now they're going back. And now they're going back to homophobia. What?
Oh, they didn't go back. They're always there. It's just during Pride Week and Pride Month. They're like, oh, we stand by you. And they don't. It's Twitter. Mm-hmm. It's Twitter. Ugh. It's a cesspool.
A complete cesspool.
I don't get why everyone makes it about a different thing. That's what pisses me off. Like, you know how stupid it sounds? Let's stick to facts real quick, okay? This guy is an adult, and he tried to get with a kid. That's fact. Then he's trying to get with a kid. That's a boy. You're more what Epic said about you're more upset about him being gay than being with a kid. Your idea is wrong. You should be mad at this individual for doing it in the first place. You're ridiculous and stupid if you're mad at anything else before that simple fact.
Yeah. And that's why I don't like Twitter. And I say that's not all Twitter. I saw a bunch of comments like that, and I couldn't fathom it because I was like, "Are these people trolling?" But then some of them kept going on with these different threads. I'm like, "You're serious?" I feel like you're missing the point.
Yeah, that's why I don't like Twitter either.
Like I don't really care if a dude is gay or straight. I just care that they're with a consenting adult. When you're with a child, that's when I have a problem. That's when the issues pop up for me, and I start saying stuff. Yeah. So, yeah, that your priorities are weird, and it is what it is. Mm-hmm. Twitter is Twitter. I mean, I can't change it. I mean, I can say what I want to say. Twitter's still gonna be Twitter at the end of the day. Yeah. So yeah. But yeah, I saw that article, and he came outside with a PS5 shirt, hoping to find a little boy, and it just infuriates me that this man. And you know what's worse about this? Is he probably won't face any time because the sting operation was done by amateurs and it wasn't done with them actually cooperating with law enforcement, like Chris Hansen did back with To Catch a Predator. Even still, some of those got thrown out, but those are more better sting operations because they were done in tandem with law enforcement. Here, it was just amateurs, and then they were just shouting expletives outside his house after he closed the door. So his lawyer can essentially get the case thrown out, and there's nothing the police can do about it because it's was it entrapment, and that right there, that burns me the most. I really feel like these amateur, like it's same thing with EDP. The reason why there's no charges pressed against them was because how it was done by a bunch of YouTubers. You guys need to go to law enforcement. Go ahead.
And although both cases were reported, right?
Yeah. After the fact, unfortunately.
Oh dear.
Yeah, if they reported while doing it and the law enforcement was working in tandem, that'd be different. But when you take upon yourself to go to the person's place or meet the person somewhere posing as, an underage person, and you're not law enforcement, even law enforcement have to do things a certain way because you don't want it to seem like you're pushing for this. Because some of the messages, unfortunately, that I was looking at, the more like a stomach, is the people faking to be the underage individual were talking to this man and trying to meet up. They didn't let him, initiate it. They did. And that in itself is just unfortunate that he probably won't see any jail time. Luckily, his career is over, but at the end of the day, he still has so much money probably stored away. So he might be able to live comfortably, or semi-comfortably for the rest of his life. He still has that, scarlet letter on him. But, he's not going to probably face any jail time because of how these amateurs did it. And I just get so pissed off when I see these groups do that because EDP should be in jail. This gentleman should be in jail. But EDP's not. This gentleman probably won't either because of that. And that's just unfortunate.
The bad thing is he could technically now do it again and get away with it.
Yeah, now under another name. That's the worst part.
Yeah.
This next part is in connection to the last topic. IGN editor initially refused to cover the PSN allegations.
Yeah, PSN. Sony has been taking some L's this month, last month, and this month.
Mm-hmm. Basically, here IGN tried to go dark about this topic until it went viral. Then they had to reluctantly use an article for it. And this article is basically a recap of what and how this happened. There was also someone who got hard exposed to trying to not cover it until here. Uh-oh. I know I'm still on. I set it to where Skype won't close me out if it happens.
Okay.
Yeah, what IGN really did was far scummier than I'd ever imagined. That's all I have of them. Got anything for this topic?
I ain't got anything to say.
Wait, did Epic run off somewhere?
I don't know. God.
Oh yeah, he definitely... Something definitely must have came up then. That's what sometimes happened this season.
Yeah, we've had a lot of just what you call it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, what boils my blood here is that IGN, by trying to go dark about this topic, they're basically defending the bastard. That's all I'll say about it, and this continues. There's now yet another part to this.
I know, but we'll talk about it later, apparently.
What?
Didn't you just say we'll talk about it in the last segment?
Yes. Yes, we're in that segment now.
We're not in the last segment. What?
Hmm?
Okay. We're going to talk about this in the last segment. We have 20 topics today. We've only discussed 2 so far. Are you talking about the last of this segment?
No, the last of this segment.
Okay.
These 3 topics were in this one segment.
Okay, thank you. Sometimes, like, the word choices, I understand what you mean, but then I also add my own definitions to your word choices. So I'm like, okay, I guess we're going to, like, bring this up and then talk about it, like, at the very end of the show. But, no, you could. Okay, I'm with you. We have Call of Duty brain player right now.
Now, this last part of this segment happened about 2 days later after the first guy got busted. The exact same happened to this Nvidia senior employee. He was busted with the exact same decoy.
And who is this? Who got busted this time?
He was a Nvidia senior employee.
Wow.
He got busted by the exact same group with the exact same decoy. Quote an article. Following the Sony firing PlayStation Network Senior Vice President Engineer George Capiello, after he got caught soliciting sets from underage male undertaking amateur pedophile sting, news of a similar bust on a senior Nvidia employee undertaken by the exact same group who busted Cassioppo, no less, has once again begun to circulate. And that was this dude. And now former Nvidia employee, senior account manager Todd Wiseman is caught on video on October 7th as part of the amateur sting operation by People vs. Preds. According to supposed chat logs obtained by them and released in the Twitter news commentator, Branch Journo, aka Tipster, he accused Wiseman as assumed victim on Grindr once again. He fell for the exact same crap and got the exact same result.
Alright, I'm sorry about that, guys. I'm back. Every time I start a every time, someone needs me. It's crazy.
That's why I have this on the air sign, so my family won't bother me.
Oh, it doesn't do anything for me. I'm like, I'm about to do the podcast. Okay. Hey, I'm listen, you didn't need nothing before I started this podcast. You didn't get nothing.
You get 10 seconds of my time right now. What you want? You wasted 5 seconds trying to breathe. What you want?
Yeah.
Man, yeah.
That's why I had an on the air sign in to make sure not to bother me there unless something very bad is about, like one episode where we thought some drunkard stumbled in near my house.
I've had that happen to me before, where a drunk guy just walks into my where we lived.
Yeah.
He's just lucky my dad went home.
Yeah.
He probably got shot, honestly.
Thankfully, nothing bad happened. The drunkards didn't get in. We did report it, but the cop said, "Oh, it was nothing." No. Ugh.
All right.
Anyway,
Now, what's the current topic?
back to this. The current topic.
Versus Clint.
We talked about how IGN covered the initial topic of the last guy being busted with the pedophile sting, and now we're covering another guy that got busted by the exact same pedophile sting with the exact same decoy.
This the NVIDIA guy?
Yeah, that's the NVIDIA guy.
You know what's funny? I actually met this particular gentleman. What convention was it? I forget.
Damn.
That's crazy. So this one actually kind of hit me slightly harder. I mean, I don't know him. I just seen him once in person in my entire life. But it's just you shake someone's hand, and then you see that they're into this stuff. You're like, dang, should burn my hand. But yeah, I mean, I don't understand why children. And once again, he might get off because what happened? They didn't do proper procedure. They didn't get police involvement from the start.
Yeah.
He could probably get off on
I understand citizen's arrest and idea behind it and all that. But if you jeopardize your case, if you really want this people to go away, you 100% jeopardize your case if you take your personal feelings into consideration, catch them in the act, and then it's like, because all they have to do is they can claim trap. Their lawyers is half as decent as they could use like a tenth of their salary and hire the lawyer and get off the whole freaking charge.
Yeah, and that's the sad part of it again. Between this crap and hiring diversity hires that still wish further harm on little boys at birth. And this needs to stop. All this needs to stop.
I've said this before, and I'll say this again. I really don't understand. Like, I actually know people who are pedophiles, not were, they are, and they can't be around children because of that and stuff. And it's just, even they can't explain to me why. I'm just like, I do not understand. I just do not understand. Like, why do you do this? And then the worst part is with Mr. Wiseman and the other gentleman, they could essentially do this again. Like, if they were let off, they could essentially do this again and just be more careful next time and get a real child. And that's what really scares me, because they still have a lot of money and still have a lot of influence, even if they're not, within their particular industry anymore. They still have a bunch of people they know, and no matter what happens, they're still gonna be on their side, and they could essentially do this again, but this time be more careful, and this time get a real minor.
And this time, once again, being another name.
Yeah. Yep. This time they actually do something bad on a minor, and then of course they'll get busted on that, but the damage is already done to the minor. And that to me, just that's a terrible feeling just to think about, but it's just something I'm gonna keep thinking about, because I'm like, well, I mean, these kind of people usually don't stop until they're caught, so they'll likely try to do this again.
And
yeah, and then they'll repeat the cycle.
Yeah.
Well, I got nothing else for this.
I know that's a morbid way to end it, but that's just what I think, and that's what is likely to happen, unfortunately, and we can just hope it doesn't.
Yeah, we're gonna have to look forward to. Yeah, and we're gonna have to look forward. Sorry.
You go ahead.
Unfortunately, we're gonna have to look for a lot more bastards like these being exposed.
Yeah, like I said, do your due diligence. That's all I ask. If you can have this like amateur pedophile sting ring, but just make sure that you do your diligence. From start to finish, you are in talks with law enforcement, and they are monitoring everything you're doing to make sure that these people cannot get off. These people have a lot of money, they have a lot of power, they have a lot of influence.
Yeah, and you gotta do it in advance.
Yeah, you do not want to give them any outs, ever. Yeah, just like I mean, I know. I just saw a comment on I think it was Rich's video, and someone was like, "Well, if they don't do it, how will law enforcement know?" I'm like, "Well, if they contact law enforcement know." I'm like, no one's saying these people are bad for doing these things. That's good they're doing it, but at the same time, if you are doing it in a way that can get these people are able to get off, then that gets them out of where they are. Like, he's not over, a VP of Sony anymore, and this Tony Wiseman is not doing anything with NVIDIA anymore. But in the day, they still got the money, they still got power, they still got influence. They could still do this again, and this time succeed.
Or this would have been the one time they got caught in the wave that they've already succeeded.
Yeah.
He was on Grind. Yeah. They both were on Grindr.
Oh yeah, they're both on Grindr, and I don't know. It's just, this is weird. That's all I say about that. Yeah. Just do your due diligence. I'm just tired of these people getting off. Yeah, I'm tired of these people getting off.
Sorry.
Next topic.
You gonna say something, Hot Side?
No. I was just gonna say, we really don't want them to get off.
Yeah. Actually, we previously banned Actable Shenanigans, but I had to put this in because this was gross enough and shocking enough.
What? What is this topic?
This is super gross.
Did you read that topic, Hot Side?
No.
Lactating Activision Blizzard employees detail alleged abuse, say breast milk was repeatedly stolen.
Oh, yeah. I've heard about this one. I think we talked about it for a short bit.
What?
Yeah, that was off air.
Yeah.
What?
Former and current active Blizz employees continue to come forward with their stories of discrimination and gendered abuse this week, including multiple employees claiming that the company was particularly abusive to breastfeeding workers. What? According to a new thread posted by Jessica Gonzalez on Wednesday depicting accusations from Blizzard Women Discord server, breastfeeding workers were forced to sit on the floor to pump, given unsanitary tables and unsafe power outlets, even had their breast milk repeatedly stolen from refrigerators that were supposed to be locked.
Okay.
You know what? All this is fine. You know why, Hot Side?
Why is that?
Because they changed the name on a character, man. Because they changed the design of character. It's all okay. This is all fine. Because they changed this stuff. They changed names. They changed designs. They listen. It's all okay. See, this is kind of
no. They haven't listened. They haven't taken it to the next step. They changed the blueprint of the map. That's the next step.
Let's take it further, man.
Yeah, they gotta
change the name of the game.
Hold on, no. We gotta change the characters entirely. They can't have facial features. They can't have skin color. They can't have color at all. Perfect.
We can't even. we're not, and at this, we have to have it to a point where we're not supposed to tell them between male and female. Also, they've been doing complete overhauls with World of Warcraft. It's gone so.
I hate to cut you off.
That's gone
right
well,
now.
right?
I hate to cut you off right now, but I have to speak up because there's more than just male and female. There's also the non-binary 999 names of gender.
I mean, and listen, they're changing it. They're changing all this for the better. Listen, this, I'm going to say it, and people aren't going to like it. This is bullshit. I'm sick and tired of it. I'm really sick and tired. I'm just changing this stuff. And say, listen, we did this. No one cared about McCreed being named Ben McCreed. I don't care if he's named after a terrible person or company. I know a bunch of McCreeds that are good people. That wasn't the problem. The problem was that the dude he was named after was able to step down and still get his pension. The fact is, he's able to not pay any restitutions or anything. Like he's able
to walk scot-free out in public.
That's my problem. You changing the name of McCreed, you changing designs on Warcraft, you doing all this other thing. It doesn't. We're gonna do a whole overhaul of Warcraft. I don't care. I do not care. No one cares that you did that. It does not matter. These people are stealing breast milk from mothers. What?
Epic. Let me break it down for them in a simpler way, okay? Y'all remember about 10, 15 years ago, maybe even a little earlier than that, when Pluto was a planet, and then they went, Pluto is not a planet?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
No one gives a shit. Like, who was the astronaut that said, I'm going to go to planet Pluto? It's like, then they find out, oh, Pluto's not a planet. It's not a dwarf planet. It's a bigger moon out in the very far reach. Like
now it's back to a dwarf planet.
And then that astronaut gets heartbroken. It's like, but Pluto's always been a planet. No one gave a shit.
Nope.
Shockingly, no one cared.
No one cared. These things don't matter. And I do not understand why. Like when academics keep coming out like, oh, we're doing this. Oh, we're doing that. Oh, we're going to be hiring more females. You're going to hire more females and transgenders into your company when they're the ones getting discriminated against the most. What sense does that make? Like, how does that stop the fact that this happened? The people who did it are getting off scot-free. Tell me, what does that do? What does it do?
Not a damn thing.
At all.
I got me cursing because I'm so upset. It's just so they said we're gonna change names. We're gonna overhaul a whole entire game. It's like the fact that his name's McCreed, the fact that this game had these designs, no one that wasn't the problem. The problem is that these people are terrible people. They're terrible individuals. They need to be held accountable. That's what I want, and that's what most people. That's one thing Twitter actually agrees with me on. It's crazy. Me and Twitter actually agree. I don't think that's possible. These people need to be held accountable. Yeah. That's what we need. I do not care about you changing names. I do not care about you changing the overall game of different or whatever. It does not matter. It never mattered. You need to do something about what happened here. Period. No, we hired someone from Disney who was kicked out of Disney because of stuff they were doing with kids. Yep, that's good. Like, what's this? Oh my gosh.
That is ridiculous.
Yeah, I want to highlight this part. This one's the most ridiculous part. This is in 2008. There was no fridge in the room, so I had to label and carry my breast milk out and store it in the break room fridge. It was very clearly breast milk, and baggies with a baby's face on it. It was clearly mine. So I was the only lactating woman in the building. One day I went to retrieve my pump supply at the end of the day, and it was gone. There were no other mothers in the building, and very few women are all either QA or CS at the time. All the other items I had seen earlier were still in the fridge. They were dated and labeled. She concludes, someone had either taken my bags and tossed them or stole them for some creepy reason. This was devastating, not just for the creep factor, but because I was already very low on supply and I had a baby who wouldn't latch. I was already supplementing and struggling to get milk, unquote.
So they put a baby's life at risk. 2, they stole someone's food. And when we weren't on the air, my biggest argument was they stole some food. It was like they went in there and they took something that wasn't theirs. Now, let's be real honest real quick, okay? 1, if you're stealing some breast, I don't have a problem as far as like saying that breast milk probably tastes good. I don't know because I don't remember when I was a baby. If someone's going to drink it, I don't see a problem with it as much as some other people do. But that's not to say I'm giving them a pass for stealing. I'm not giving them a pass for. I'm not giving them that. I just want these people to realize they put a baby's life at risk. That they also decided that the best course of action was to either A, throw away the breast milk that was in the fridge, or B, to take it. Maybe they like this particular woman and she's married. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure that's what happened. It's a creeper or creepers who like this woman and said, "Ooh, I wonder how this tastes." God, so weird.
Or they just didn't give a damn and stole some breast milk anyway. And this is just downright disgusting. And this was disgusting enough to have to lift the ban to cover this.
Yeah, I told you we weren't going to talk about him again unless it's something really crazy, and here it is.
Yeah,
these companies all surprised me. It was like the same thing with Bethesda. When I didn't want to talk about that particular game, they did something really crazy, so I had to talk about it again. I'm like, I don't understand. It's like you guys want me to speak on your name, and I really don't want to. But then you do something crazy. I'm like, why do you
exist?
How in the words of Razorblade Mangle, how do you? How do you? Not just how do you?
Yeah, and once again, we won't be able to lift the ban again unless something crazy like this happens or Bobby Kotick finally gets fired. And even then, he has the golden parachute. So not much will be done to the bastard.
Bro, Activision is just on some other level right now. I don't even know what's going on. I don't know who's running this company. A bunch of like goddamn monkeys or something. No, monkeys would be more respectable. I just diss monkeys for no reason. That's crazy. Like,
yeah,
I don't know who's running this. It's like aliens who don't know how to do human interaction or something.
Yeah, they call this frat boy behavior, but I've seen current year frats. They're far more cordial than this shit.
I mean, I've seen really bad frats. Even they don't go this far. That's when you go further than some of the worst frats. You know you've messed up. Oh my gosh, this is just so bad. I don't even understand. But hey, they changed the name of a character.
Yep.
Yeah, and they overhauled WoW. Now there's no more sexism in that.
Yeah. That was really the problem with the company.
There's no more problems with their transgender employees, because they hired more transgender to work together. Like, business minds in the world, let me just break it down for you real quick, okay? If you get an office space, like an entire floor to yourself, and you got everyone in cubicles already out in the middle of the office, and you got a conference room, your room, and then like extra office space for your like lieutenants and stuff. And then you decide, okay, let's hire some more unique characters. Just because of their gender, just because of this, just because of that, whatever reason you decide is good enough to hire them. And then once you hire them and you don't give them the same benefits, you put them in a special room, you're treating that person different. and they're gonna get their ass whooped afterwards or during. Like, legitimately, how stupid are you to say, "Oh, this is gonna work"? It never works. Like, where did y'all go to business school? Where did y'all learn psychology from to say this is going to change people's minds? You're an idiot.
We have women, transgenders, even men getting harassed at his workplace. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna put new people in here working under the same individuals that did this stuff. Surely that would help if we change the name of a character in the game and then overhaul a whole nother game. Surely that's gonna help. No, it doesn't. It never
Epic.
has.
If we hire someone, okay, if we hire someone to educate these people, and their only sole purpose, not to even do actual work, their sole purpose is to sit there, take a paycheck, and explain their life choices. That is why they're there. Explain your culture to me. That's all I'm paying you for. How stupid is that?
This is just it's so dumb. I just do not understand. It's like it blows my mind that these companies come out and they're just saying this stuff boldly, like, oh yeah, we're here for everybody. This doesn't sound like you're here for anyone.
Not at all. There was also a point where all the other big guys disavowed ActiBliz, but one of them got hard exposed for the same crap. The exact same crap. As we're going on for this next topic.
Whether it be Hollywood, whether it be anything. Like, it's just these industries, when you get to the top, not all of them, but you get a lot of weirdos because, absolute power corrupts absolutely, and that's just been a thing.
Yeah.
These people get that power and they decide to do really weird things with it, or
and Skype does me dirty again. Wow. Just wow. I made a saying so I could avoid this. And here we are. Here it goes again. Apologies, none of you guys can see or...
Saying you have to
I'm back.
And, walk down the aisle with the person.
Yeah, I'm back. Skype did me dirty again.
Don't be an ass.
Oh, okay.
Skype did me completely dirty again.
Oh, that's why I did that. Boo boo. Okay, but yeah, we're just saying, just like as I said, like, it's just that simple. I don't understand why this is a problem. Yeah. It's so simple. I feel like the answer has always just been there. Like, just be kind of courteous, and if you don't, you don't even have to interact with people. All you have to do is do the job, and
you don't have to like them.
Yeah, you don't have to like them. Just do the job. It's that simple. It's just that simple.
They say
you do the job, you go.
Yeah. They say power doesn't corrupt, it reveals, but that's just another saying.
Yeah.
I mean, I dealt with people in the workplace several times that I thought were complete ass. And I would never talk to them besides
same.
work.
Yeah, same. If I'm unable to help, it, I'll talk to them. If I'm able to help it, I'll stay away from them.
Exactly. Just do the job. If you need to talk for something with the job, you do that, and then you don't have to worry about it anymore. It's so simple. I don't understand what's going on, and PlayStation is facing gender discrimination lawsuit. See, that's what I'm talking about. they're sitting there getting on Activision about that, and then they're doing it. And it's like, of course you are. Epic Games is facing something too, and they were just sitting there trying to, this thing is like when you cast stones, you gotta make sure that you yourself,
especially not in a glass house, and look what PlayStation did.
And that's all they're doing.
Yeah, another woke company that claims to stand for diversity and inclusion.
A glass house. They're a glass castle, dude. Because they're so big and well known, they're a freaking castle. 100%.
Also, if anyone saw this before, yes, I squashed that spam bot.
Of course.
Yes.
Another woke got real bad lately.
Yeah, another woke company that claims to stand for diversity and inclusion and political correctness has potentially revealed that they don't at all as a former Sony Interactive entertainment security analyst, especially charges for wrongful termination and gender discrimination. Filed in the California court and hoping to achieve a level of class action, the lawsuit is employing other women who have felt wronged by the company in terms of gender discrimination to step forward as well. The security analyst in question, Emma Majol, alleges that the females working in the Sony Interactive Entertainment weren't paid the same as males who were in similar positions or embarked from equal compensation or promotions, saying Sony tolerates and cultivates a work environment that discriminates against female employees somehow. Majol claims that she informed the company about discrimination in 2021 by way of a signed statement, and not long after the event, she was fired. Through a company that explained that it was because of the elimination of a department, Majol asserted she wasn't involved in said department. This grunt woman explained on the incident, as well as others from her career back in 2015, also said she believed men were favored when it came to promotions, as she was restricted to her position for 6 years despite constantly requesting a promotion. She also alleged that the security director, Yu Sugita, refused to converse with female employees while his door was closed, and if a male employee were present, he would talk to them instead. Well, for safety reasons, nonetheless, but back to quoting article, because of this, Mantra delivered her request through other male employees as she'd said she'd be ignored if she made them directly, perhaps immediately decreasing the validity of her lawsuit. Worse yet, Mantra said the company was split 60-40 men to women back in 2015, and that the company recruited more men afterwards than women, which doesn't necessarily implicate discrimination in the slightest. The female employee was also quoted as saying she personally heard managers make gender-based comments about female workers. Emma Macho is on the notion that gender bias and the fact that she brought the topic up, which led to her being forced out of the company. Whether these are genuine accusations towards the woke company or merely attempts to get those in charge removed for a more diverse house is not known. Unquote.
Okay, so she complained about her job.
Yeah.
And because of that, she believes she got fired. Like, I understand what you're saying as far as, like, this sounds like total BS. Not from her, but from her employers. So, yeah, I hope that she figures out how to sue them and wins and gets that idiot fired.
Yeah, I hope she can at least get a wrongful termination lawsuit put in there. Because if they didn't give a real good reason on what, because they're saying that is because the department got disbanded, but the department's still there. It didn't disband. It was just they got rid of her. Then that can help her on her wrongful termination. As far as gender bias, that's going to be a harder one to fight, is because even if it is, you can unless you have actual, written evidence or audio or video evidence, it's really hard to talk about how someone is feeling, as far as what they're thinking.
Yeah. She should at least be able to do a wrongful termination. Other than that, not much else can be done here, unfortunately. And the door closing thing was, once again, safety precautions.
Like, she definitely should have probably got that job. Like, can you do me a favor and explain where she was? Like, what's her, where she was working? Like,
Exactly where?
I don't want to know the exactly where. I just want was she in Japan, like country?
Oh, she was in Cali.
California.
Cali? Oh yeah, 100% sue their asses.
Yeah, because Cali,
Oh, yeah.
you have it's one of the states in the United States where you have to give a legitimate reason why you actually terminated them.
Yeah.
I know some you don't, like Georgia and Alabama. You don't you don't have to give a technically good reason on why you fired. They're looking to overturn that in both states, but in those two states, I think a few others in the United States you don't. But California is a state where you have to actually have the necessary paperwork and everything on why you terminated someone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's everything I have for here. Yeah, this is really stupid. Hope she at least has a wrongful termination lawsuit, but other than that, this is really stupid. And
The only thing with wrongful terminations is it's very hard to win your case or at least prove the case. That's the only problem with them, because with wrongful termination, it's all about he said, she said. But if she could hire a lawyer to seize documentation for her about the company without it being a hassle, she might win it pretty easily.
Yeah, I mean, a wrongful termination case would definitely be easier than a gender bias one. I think gender bias one's gonna be impossible unless she has evidence on that. Like, even if that is the case, it's really hard to get gender bias and discrimination cases because that's trying to prove someone's mindset. It's really hard to prove someone's mindset.
The only thing you can really win from that, as far as if you have other witnesses that can demean their character without demeaning it too much. You know what I mean? Like, they have to be a character witness that is unbiased. So someone that's not gonna that really doesn't like you or something like that probably is gonna be in your best efforts. God, I'm sorry for being like this. My seasonal allergies are acting up again.
That's all I got for this.
Yeah. Let's go next topic.
Yeah.
Woke companies, go broke. That's all I say.
And these exposures have been happening in a pattern. Everyone that disavowed ActaBliz. The big three ended up disavowing him and disavowing him completely. And so far, Ubisoft got exposed for their own crap in Sony, but not the others yet. Now, onward to the next topic. So, a Japanese truck driver got arrested for embezzling PS5 and Switch consoles.
I saw this coming.
Hey,
I feel like I made a joke about this last year on one of the podcasts. I feel like I made a joke about this on one of the podcasts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was when everyone was immediately sold out of them, back when DC pre-ordered them or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it was then. I was like, yo, someone probably has a truck and they're just taking it for themselves or trying to sell it.
Yeah.
On the internet. And then here it is.
So when I got my PS5,
they're taking it from themselves and selling it.
See, honestly, they would make a decent profit. All they have to do is file for a damage report. But think about it. If they file a damage report, says a crate of PS5s got damaged because they fell over and got crushed, and it shows up with the packages like that, then he could say, oh, I guess that's going to be several $1,000s out of my pocket, but then sells them online for $2,000 a piece. I mean, it's a good way. It's a legal way to make money, but it's a fast way to make money.
See, here's why I differ in that. If he bought them outright and then he was selling, yeah, I can see he has a case there. But if they're just stolen and illegal, he has no case there.
Oh no, I don't think he has a case. I'm just saying, legitimately, he could have said they were broke or
hey DC,
write them down and act like they're broke, and then sell them for.
Hey DC, would you like to introduce us to the audience?
Nah, they know who I am. Superstar DC. There you go.
Okay. Current topic, Japanese truck driver arrested for embezzling PS5 and Switch consoles. The Kamata police station in Tokyo reported the arrest of a truck driver selling packages containing Nintendo Switches, PS5s, and physical games to resellers to make a personal profit. The suspect, Fuyuki Minemura, had no permanent address or occupation on record, but should have raised concerns from the beginning. He acknowledged the charges leveled against him and explained that he needed the money and squandered most of his own at a horse track. An acquaintance who had not been named publicly worked at a freight company and entrusted Minamura at the task of delivering some 200 items to their destination. The cargo consisted of gaming products including the Nintendo Switch and the still scarce PlayStation 5, as well as physical games, the price totaling along 5.8 million yen or 50,865 US dollars. Instead of delivering everything properly, Minamura originally went to secondhand shops around Tokyo and made a personal profit of around 3 million yen or over $26,000 US. Unquote.
He's an idiot. 100% an idiot.
Yeah.
He wasn't even scalping them. How stupid is he?
He wasn't doing it online. He should have just did it legally.
His ass should have just done it illegally, but scalp that bitch online.
Yeah. Like,
he could have scalped those things.
Like, if he would have did that shit, he could have just did that shit legally, because there's like no illegal repercussions for doing that shit online.
No. See, the thing is, PS5s are pre-ordered, so he wouldn't have gotten his anyways unless he like really knew they were about to come out.
Yeah, he could have used the bot.
But if he does my method of saying, "Oh, they were damaged," shows up, gets a written confirmation that they were damaged and terminated at location, then he could sell them online. No one's going to know the wiser. No one's going to care. Like,
what are you talking about? That's profit on PlayStation, Mark. Like,
yeah, but
if he has
products
like legal
get damaged all the time.
Yeah, if he had like legal written ownership, then that's one thing. But if he doesn't have legal ownership, I really doubt they'll let him slide with that,
Yeah. How much? Let me put it this way: if you use a piece of paper at work to write something down for work, about work, around work, you finish the day, so you throw it away.
Yep.
Is it illegal to steal trash?
It's legal still trash. In some places it is, but if you talk about like a legit piece of paper, then no. But the thing is, this is kind of technology-wise, it's kind of different.
I understand your point, but I was saying from the perspective of if I was delivering a shipment to someone,
yeah,
and said, on my way over there, I'm a moving company. I accidentally broke your vase. Okay. Well, Your vase broke. You're probably not going to pay me as much because I'm going to pay you back for the vase. Okay. So, let's say he did the same thing with the freaking PS5s. So, if he does the same thing with the PS5s, quote unquote break. All right. And he reports it to his higher ups. His higher ups fill out the form that they are broken. And then he just resells them on the internet. It's still stealing because they weren't actually broken. But it would be a lot smarter because people wouldn't be looking for the PS5s at that point right there. You get what I mean?
Yeah, I get I get what you mean. Because it's like if you're like UPS or not even UPS, if you're like a shipping company, and you get a product and the product like even still like you still have to deliver if it's broken. If the person like, hey, it's broken, I got to send the product back, and he took the product back, but instead of taking it, if he took it back to the higher ups and the higher ups like, all right, it's broken, they do it and they throw it away, and he went to the garbage to grab them out, then yeah, I can see your point. It's a lot more work, but I see your point there. But at the exact same time, because I was like, it's still technology. And it's a little like if it was like food or something like that and throw it away, yeah, I can see your point. But since it's technology, because technology, that it works a little bit different than just simply throwing it away.
Yeah,
but
I agree with you.
But not every company. Because I also agree with you, because not every company is the same. Some companies are like, when they do throw it out, they just throw it out. They don't care. But some companies like, if you're like a AAA company like Walmart, they do throw things away. But if it's technology, they don't just simply throw it away. They repurpose it. I mean, like they go and fix it up themselves.
They scrap
and then
it is what they do. Is they
no, they don't scrap it.
No, they take all the usable part. What scrapping does is they'll, depending on what kind of scrapping you are, you have the disassembly line, which will take every part apart and set it back into its category to be reused, except for the bad parts, which are either trashed or remelted down. But most companies, especially the big high-end ones like Sony, Microsoft, they don't have their own they don't have their own disassembly lines. What they have is they just buy the raw material and make their products. That's why everyone's really short on that silicon.
When they got their assembly lines, because their assembly lines in their facilities is somewhere away from the United States because taxes and laws and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
But what I'm trying to say is what they do is they have somebody to fix up the consoles. If there's broken, they find out what is broken and they fix it up. And after they fix it up, they repurpose it and they flip it. Because consoles, it's like, because consoles, they sell for like a lot of money, especially at Nintendo Switches to PS5s. So I wouldn't really expect from them to just simply throw it out. Like they look at it. Some companies will.
No, a lot of companies do.
Won't.
The larger companies like PS5 will literally look at the shit and throw it out. They don't have time to hire more people. They won't hire more people to fix all the problems. The only time that they have people hired to fix the PS5s or anything are the people that have sent their PS5s to get fixed.
And the only reason I say that is because I seen that shit happen. Because I work at a Walmart warehouse, and that shit actually happens. Like they don't just simply throw it away; they repurpose it because they're also out there making a profit.
They're trying to keep their costs low, but once you start hitting millions, like everything that they have in a PS5 is not worth the value of a PS5. They buy large quantities of products and put the PS5 together. And then they just copy the code for the PS5 onto the hard drives to make it work.
And that's why And that's why I said that when they take the console and repurpose it, they sell it online and flip it. I know they do that because we've seen that shit happen before.
Yeah, it happens all the time, especially with scalpers.
I've also seen several big companies just throw their shit out. They're like, "Oh, this box is damaged," and they'll throw it away.
Yeah, sorry, falling back. I feel like it depends how much you're gonna get from it. Because I know, like Dell, one of their biggest things was they would actually throw away everything they got, and they actually got fined for that a few years back. because they felt like because Dell gets their products pretty cheap and they make them and sell them, make a profit. And what happened? Dell got in trouble for that because they were throwing away more, multiple things, like more than they were keeping and repurposing. So I feel like it just depends on the company themselves and what they want to do. Because like Walmart might repurpose, but we don't know if Sony does the same thing. We don't know if Nintendo does that same thing. Because like I said, there's companies like Dell, there's companies like Toshiba, which was big with that, where Toshiba would literally just throw their stuff to landfills. And they got fined for that too. So
where's this said landfill so I can go see if I can like get some 3080s or 3070s that they're throwing out.
Wait, hold on a second. Before they throw in,
all we gotta do is find where they're throwing that shit out at. Because if they're getting fined for that, they obviously have a secret trash compartment that they're throwing their shit at now.
Yeah.
We just need to find it and we just need to take their cars from it.
Yo, up here, bro.
Wow.
We can have a nice podcast special bank heist. Shit.
I would actually talk to the landfill and say, hey, how much would you charge for trash I find that I want to take with me? You don't need to know what I'm taking with me. I'm just going to take it, but I want to pay from your lot and get a freaking receipt from you.
I mean, hey,
playing, if you could get some graphics cards from it, you can flip them bitches for like a good price online. And then you can make a business out of that.
Wait, go ahead, give them to me. That's all I'm saying. You know
what? Don't worry. Like, take two for get some for free. Slot some for some. But like,
you get the friend price, bro. You get the friend price.
You get the friend price.
Yeah.
But go back to what we was talking about. It's pretty much like, it's what I said earlier. It depends on the company. Because, some companies just throw that shit out. Throw it out. And then, you just take it from the trash and do it that way. Because, like Chase, I see what you're saying. And I was like, that could work.
I agree with you as well. I'm not trying to knock your idea. I know it happens too. But, like, I've been doing scrapping for a long time as far as, like, metal scrapping.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people, a lot of companies that have went and said, like places that sell washers and dryers, or no, let me be a little more vague. Okay. You ever been to apartment complexes? Live in apartments, any of that?
Yeah.
People that own apartments or like the apartment complex itself, what they do is they buy one big massive ship order of washer and dryers. Now they're not like us. They don't pay $200, $300, $400 per washer per dryer. No, they get a big bundle deal because they're buying so many at once.
Buy in bulk, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're buying in bulk, they're getting a lot better deal than we are.
Yeah.
So, with that said, I've been to apartments where they literally they buy new fridges and or buy new washers for the entire complex or just a section of the complex. And when they do that, they throw out the old ones, even if they're working just fine. Completely throw them away. That's where my experience is. People will. I have two like 50-inch TVs that are in good condition. They just, one needs some bolts and one needs some a stand, right? Wall mount. That's all that is. People just bought new TVs last Christmas, so they got rid of the old ones. I see that so much. I'm like, this is so like wasteful. Like, what?
It is like you see Best Buy or you see like the in-store retailers, and they'll have some prices on some TVs, and if they can't sell enough, they either go on a hefty discount. If they still can't sell them when the new products come in, they just throw them out.
Yep.
So dumpster diving for that C1 with the LG C1 OLED.
Actually,
Get that shit for free.
I'm trying to find out where Nvidia is getting rid of their stuff because Nvidia trying to give me a free graphics card. I go ahead and take that, but that's all. I get some stuff.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of planning involved here.
I feel like, because Chase, like I do agree with what you said, because I do feel like that if he could have just wait for it to throw them all out and then try to fish it without the cameras catching them.
Yeah.
Properly, and then kind of bulk them up and properly, repurpose them and all that stuff. Then sell it. He probably wouldn't got they probably wouldn't care. Probably wouldn't got caught.
The thing is, like, even if they do catch you when you get away, it's not like they can really call the cops because at least in America, it's illegal to do what they're doing anyway, the dumping. So what they're gonna do? They're gonna tell someone that you stole something from their illegal dumping site. So it's just like, well, it's just we were gonna get rid of it anyway. So they just took it.
The worst thing they could do is just fire you, but if you know where that shit's at, you can still just come back.
But then they can charge you with trespass. That's the only thing.
Yeah, that's the messed up part.
That's the only thing. So like I said, it has to be a company you're not working for. Like I said, you go in there, you take it, then like if you're able to get away, it's like, well, they're not gonna be able to call in theft because they're not supposed to have that place in general. So you just kind of help yourself on that. And you're like, okay, you come back, we'll get on trespassing, but you get away with whatever you just stole.
Yeah.
That's why you cover your face.
Even though it was in the trash.
Yeah.
That's why you cover your face and you cover your if you come in the car, cover your license tag so you won't get caught.
Oh, just make sure you get a big old truck.
That's why you borrow your friend's car.
Yeah, you just get whatever you can fit up in there. Don't try to overstuff it, and then just get your little feel. I mean, and then
Nah. They can track you by your friends. I'm good.
Of any kind. I'm just gonna say that.
Yeah.
But if they're throwing away, it's not stealing. That's all I'm saying. Okay.
Or they could be like GameStop and just like destroy the stuff while they throw it away because dumpster driver used to be a thing, and then they started cutting their cords because they mad that people are getting free games because you're throwing them away. Games. If you're not gonna do anything with the games, then you better give that shit to charity.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, you don't have to throw them away. You can just give that shit to charity.
They can at least use them as frisbees. Come on.
Yeah. Like, they're not going to play the new Madden, but they can at least use them as frisbees, coasters.
Ninja stars.
Pizza disc.
Yeah, the whole works.
Pizza disc cutter, yeah.
Yeah.
Mirrors.
Yeah, they could use that on the latest Call of Duty.
Especially for the latest Call of Duty.
Oh, yeah. Yep. They could curb stomp it. I mean, come on.
Yeah, if the hole's big enough, they can be adventurous.
No. We are not going to give the idea to let someone use it as a ring, okay? That's too cheap. Let's be honest.
Hey, they're playing pretend. They can put it on their finger.
Oh, no, I was being for real. Like, some people just go up and like, here, let's get married. Okay. Breaks the outer ring and uses it as a freaking ring. Like, they're too dumb to realize that they could do the same thing with like a soda bottle or something. So they use a disc.
Anything could be anything if you could put your mind to it.
Yeah.
Imagination.
Yeah.
Imagination.
I hear
that all the time about expensive rings, but not rings like those.
Plus, I just can't remember the times that they throw out wired Xbox 360 or wired PlayStation 2 controllers and they cut them because they couldn't sell them, but they could have just gave them to charity, repurposed them and give them to charity because, reduce, reuse, recycle. Because we already kind of doomed our planet. Let's not make it worse.
Yeah, we're still going to make it worse.
Yeah, we'll make it worse somehow.
Let's
Genius
pump oil into the sea. Why is the oil on fire? I wonder why.
Genius has a limit, but stupidity does not.
Yeah, stupidity is unlimited.
All right, next topic. something actually good for once. Microsoft launched their virtual Xbox 20th Anniversary Museum. The browser-based experience submits a major news stories chanting their 20-year history, 3D objects such as Halo's Warthog or the Skyrim logo, and some eye-opening personal stats if you explore while signed into an Xbox account. The museum is divided into sections for each Xbox console. You can browse a 3D timeline of events. The 360 era, for example, is sections of the launch on Xbox Live Arcade, and reveal the Project Natalis Connect in the infamous Red Ring of Death crisis saw countless consoles conk out. But perhaps the most interesting for long-term Xbox owners is an area dedicated to your own personal stats, which Microsoft has quietly been keeping track of. Want to know when you first switched on your original Xbox? What game you played through most over the past 20 years? What was your very first achievement? Microsoft had a dedicated area for each user, and you can also share it for others to wander around if you so choose. For example, this writer's personal museum area tells him that he signed into the Xbox Live on the 28th of September of 2010. He actually bought a 360 with his second Eurogamer paycheck, so that tracks. His first achievement is called Cluster Buster, which was almost certainly from the pack in the game Hetsick. Skipping ahead, they celebrated the 20th anniversary of Xbox last week as of this post. Not so surprised the launch of Halo's Infinite multiplayer portion, as well as the announcement of an Xbox Project Origins documentary series, a glimpse of the upcoming Paramount Plus Halo TV show, and more than 70 additional Xbox backwards compatible games. Unquote.
Oh, okay.
Those that actually have an account, would you visit this?
No, but I mean, it's cool.
I kind of zoned out there, I'll be honest.
I did too. I heard every other word, but I got the gist of it because I was reading it on the screen. Yeah, you got to read. I
didn't want to know.
It's cool. I just don't care personally. But it's cool.
Xbox, I don't give a damn about what video games you make.
Yeah, I'm
make
not
some
that.
Video games. That's all I care.
Yeah, I'm not that invested either, unfortunately. But this is definitely for those who are.
I mean, it's definitely cool. I would never say it's not. I mean, so I'm not gonna sit there and act like it's not.
Yeah, it is cool.
I just personally don't care. You know, when I don't care, I just don't care. I'm not gonna front with anyone. I really don't care, but it is cool. It's there.
What I would like to hear is more about what they're doing on the indie fields. Like, are they making? I would love it if, because I think Sony did this, but Sony only did it for Santa Monica, which was bullshit. No, it was bullshit. It was cool, but have it more places. Like when they, I wouldn't say hire, but you know, they give people a chance to make video games. Like I think for inspiring like people who aspire to make indie games and all this stuff, like you get to apply and then they set you up. I wouldn't say they set you up with a team, but I can't remember what they did. It was like a game dev thing where it was like, you know, if you want to become a game developer, they pull people in, they teach them how to make like video games, and they kind of make it, and they made it like a team out of it. And then, you know, they made them have like, they taught them, they gave them a job, and then they pretty much make indie games for PlayStation. And I forgot what was that called. But yeah, I want Xbox to have a version of that. Like, yeah, I want to be for indie developers, but still don't do anything about people who want to be freaking game developers. There's no programs for it. It'd be nice if PlayStation and Xbox made more programs like that. I'm just saying.
Then they'd be out of business, bud. That's why they don't.
A company that makes software. A company that makes software and pretty much hardware, pretty much hiring people off the street, teaching them how to become game devs, those who seek to it, and have them make company money by making video games, by having them making video games for the company. I don't think they would be out of business.
Similar to that now. I think it's Microsoft Creator or something like that. It's similar to that. I mean, it's not exactly that, but yeah, they have some. And it just has a very robust screening process.
Well, it's like this though. It's like, okay, let's say you take the people No one's going to stay at the same job unless they're really 100% happy with it and everything else. So they're not going to go, or at least I wouldn't go, okay, I started this job, I'm making minimum wage. Minimum wage for 3 years, and they're going to increase my pay to 2% or by 2%. No, I'd just rather go find another job that's going to pay me what I'm worth, or 20% more of what I'm worth than what that job is. You got to keep upgrading. You can't, if you love your job and you're 100% behind it, that's cool. You do you. That's just how it's going to run. But if you want to be, what's the word? Not successful, not rich. If you want to be able to do your, I'm drawing a blank right now. Anyways, like the reason I said they'll get put out of the job is because once they get, let's say they start with 100 people. Well, eventually those 100 people go off into another company or continue working for you at a higher rate. Then you get more 100 people, or a select few of them will stop and go teach other people how to do this, so they could start making the money and they could start providing the stuff. That's why I think it would go out of business, because once you have indie developers that are making games as good as your AAA games, but in a shorter time frame, where do you go? Where do they go from
Also in the more fair price range.
Exactly.
Because currently $70 is personally a bad deal.
Yeah.
Some of the others share the stance.
Yeah, but at the same time, and there is that same thing of reason why most indie games aren't at the scale of AAA games is just because budget. You still need budget. Like you can have talent, but if you don't have the budget and you don't have the marketing, it doesn't really matter. In some cases, there's some really good indie games I played that I thought was better than AAA alternatives, but no one knew about them, so they didn't make money. So a lot of studios shut down. So that's also a thing. It's like a more nuanced thing than just I have the skills and I taught other people skills. Now we can make a game and put a AAA company out of business. Like, yeah, but the AAA company's name is known. You're not. At the end of the day, it is what it is. Look at Cliff Bleszinski. As popular of a person he was, his company died within a few years. So
yeah. Also, the guy that is that, I'm drawing a blank, but is that the guy that made Shovel Knight?
No, that's what's that dude's name? It'll come to me later. I can actually Google it now.
But like the guy that made Shovel Knight, indie game, or started as an indie game, or there's a couple successful stories.
Yeah, but for every successful story, there's like a billion, failures. We just don't hear about them.
Yeah.
Like
True, not every. True, not every. Oh, go ahead. My bad.
I say no one talks about the failed indie companies. They only talk about the success stories. Like
Yeah.
But you don't hear about the people over other games. You don't. Games that just didn't do well. You don't hear about you only hear about success stories. That's like being an indie developer is a bit more nuanced than just you have the skill, because most of them are more talented than most AAA developers, honestly. But at the end of the day, it's really hard to get by in this business because it's very saturated.
The whole point I said that is because the whole point I want them to make the fucking companies is because even though Sony got their first party studios, you still need fucking game developers to make games to help make a product so they can actually help sell the product. And the problem about this with PlayStation is PlayStation don't really push indie games as much as their first party studios. But if they teach people who are interested in game development, they don't necessarily have to put them like in a company or offer them a job. because you can just pay, like, if they have you pay for the camp, or just like set up something for us, people to learn, for more people to get into the field, because you want more people in the field to help make products, so those companies can push those said products. So because if y'all already know, if you're selling a game on PlayStation and Xbox, they get a cut and you get a cut. So it's like, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that we said everything we said on that. Let's move on to the next topic.
Let's move it.
Square Enix games will cost $70 on PC going forward. That's unfortunate. I mean, it's
that's what I was talking about earlier.
It's not like we're gonna get the games anytime soon, though. Like, it's gonna be like, hey, we announced a game 10 years later. But yeah.
Well, the next coin article, while the next gen console games are typically being priced at $70, PC games have thus far been able to avoid any price hikes. The logic here is that the new AAA games have remained at $60 for well over a decade, and with the prices reducing, new games going up and up, it was just apparently necessary to increase the price for next gen games. That's the logic of certain CEOs, anyway. Now everyone is convinced that a $70 price tag is something that the gaming public can bear. It was certainly a controversial move when the first next-gen game started showing up with a $70 sticker last year, and it remains controversial this day. Well, personally, because it's not needed in the first place. $60 is enough.
You smell that bullshit that they're spouting?
Yeah. And now that the controversy has finally hit the PC market. Square Enix announced that the latest dates for two of its games at last night's Game Awards. First spoken in May, while Final Fantasy VII Remake and Integrate will hit PC via the Epic Game Store as of this post. Soon after the trailers went live, so did the Epic and Steam pages with a surprising $70 price. PC games haven't taken that $70 price in stride. Multiple posts popped up on Reddit balking at the price tag, especially for Final Fantasy VII Remake. Again, it's been out already for almost 2 years. First arrived on PS4 at the $60 sale price. Not only that, but it's also going to be an Epic exclusive game for a year, even after already being a PlayStation exclusive for the past 2. Except the I spend money, wrote one angry PC gamer on Reddit, but in my opinion, the publisher absolutely does not deserve your money here. It remains to be seen whether other PC game makers will start pricing their titles at $70, but Square Enix certainly seems to be leading the charge. We'll have to wait and see if it's a price that PC gamers are willing to take, but so far I don't sound particularly receptive. Unquote. Yeah, this is a bad idea. I've always said this was a bad idea. All this is going to lead is more people going to the Straw Hat Gang. That's the gist of it for me.
This is my thing, and it's also my thing. I don't Okay, so the whole argument is games are more expensive to make, and because they're more expensive to make, that's why, blah blah blah. Funniest thing is, and this is not both the time, games as of now are cheaper to make than games like 2006, 2007. Why? Because of more mainstream programs, as far as what we're looking at, and different things like that. Most of the cost is accumulated from companies doing advertisement, going on, overboard in advertising. That's what has went up.
I agree with you, Epic.
Yeah, that's the only cost that have actually went up for the companies.
Yeah.
So when the companies say, "Oh, we're going to charge you more because we incur more costs," like, no, you incur more costs for stupid BS stuff like doing the Super Bowl ads and having your stuff on billboards. You have the Super Bowl, what do you call those things? I forget what you call them, but you know what I'm talking about. Like, it's just you're spending more money not on the game but on marketing that you don't really need to spend it on. So I don't know. If you want to cut the cost, just cut the cost there because you don't need that. Like,
you don't need over-the-top advertisement that lies about your video games.
Exactly, and that's why I'm getting at. That's why I'm like, I never understood why games kept steadily going up in price, because even actual industry veterans who are telling you right there, actually, it's not more expensive to make games. That's a myth. It has been a myth for a long time. Yes, from was it from 1980 to 2000? I think they said 7. Yes, the cost of making games went up, but from about 9, 10 to now, that actually has not been the case. So it's really weird that it's like, oh, we're gonna still keep rising it. It's like, but it takes you less money to make the game. So shouldn't I be paying less because you're
Oh
less?
yeah.
Like, it
Or
doesn't
shouldn't I be paying the same?
exactly like it. Why am I not just paying 50 like I did at one point? No, you're
Yeah.
gonna pay 60. Okay, 60. No, 70.
Or the
70.
fact that you didn't have to hire all those people in your studio. You didn't need a team of 2,000 to make that game. Why'd you hire so many?
The problem I find with this is it's not a problem. I kind of find it funny because people on consoles saying like they're Sony and all them trying to push the 70 tag. People was like, we're not comfortable with this. Like it's a weird thing because it's for consoles. It's split into different camps. One side said we don't like this, which I'm on the side of. I don't like y'all trying to push make games even more expensive, and y'all not really putting any fucking effort into it. I would pay for a $70 game if it has effort into it. Like, trust me, I would. But 9 times out of 10, some of these games that some of these companies come out with, their games don't come out with effort, and they're trying to charge a $70 price tag. If you they was gonna do it for consoles, and when consoles people get used to it and all that shit, then it was gonna do that shit for PC. I don't know why y'all thought y'all was safe. That's the funniest thing. I don't know why y'all thought that game companies wouldn't try to mark up the price of 70 to try and make more of a profit, because game development has not gotten more expensive. It's just companies has gotten more greedy than the old
Yes,
days.
Yeah.
So pretty much it.
Yeah, it would
but
have been fine if they kept it at 50 to 60.
to say that companies, one, I don't think companies need to be charging no $70 for a game, anyways. Like you said, they just greedy.
Yeah.
They don't need to be that greedy. They're making millions, or someone's making some decent money off of these freaking games. Like number one, I'm playing Call of Duty right now. I'm playing the Vanguard because it's free. That's the only reason I'm playing it, is because it's helping me unlock this. It's helping me get all this stuff unlocked and all that. That's the only reason. But for some reason, they thought it's a good idea to make a 30 gig game, an 80 gig game, as like Warzone is 80 gigs by itself. And that's just because they didn't want to compress it. If they would have compressed it, it wouldn't be such a freaking big deal. But no, they want to keep upgrading and stuff. That's cool. But Jesus, if they can't figure out just one simple thing about it, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
just it just really kind of pissed me off that like game companies are just slowly turning these video games into overpriced, just clog fest. Like some of the games don't even have any effort into it. Sports games. Some of these games are really just rehashing what they had last year, and some of these games, like there's other games that don't even fucking end. Their multiplayer keep fucking upgrading, like their seasons. Their multiplayer just keep upgrading year after year after year. And so, and I just like for me, I don't want a game to keep updating year after year after year. I just want to play a game, have fun with it, and then move on to the next game.
Yeah.
So we're I wouldn't say we wouldn't have another video game crash. I hope we don't. But the more the years going by, it's coming. It's get a little dangerous. I'm just saying.
I don't understand why digital games are $70. I mean,
Yeah.
digital is a whole lot less commitment on a company's part. So it should never get to be that expensive.
It's not like they're storing where you can download this digital game from either. It's like there's usually just one server per region of where this game is being downloaded from that handles multiple clients to download it.
Yeah.
So what I mean by that is like, okay, the same amount of space it takes up on an actual disc is the same amount of space it takes a flash drive or a hard drive, and then them downloading it is just super easy. Like it's they're not wasting any more materials on this game. I think we should also just start. Honestly, I think the world is about to come to the point in video game history where discs are going to stop being made, or all games are going to be like flash drive related. You know what I mean?
Yeah, in
Yeah.
case of physical versus digital.
Yeah.
It's gonna be to the point where the video games are gonna be like the natural pace could be like 100. You know, it's gonna be back in the old days where it's gonna be like $100, $200, and then the pirate community is gonna come back and it's gonna be stronger than ever. People are gonna be pirating games because
Yep.
please understand that nobody got $100 to drop all these fucking games. People barely have 60 to fucking drop all these fucking games, let alone fucking $100. But people are pissed off because no one don't want to pay no fucking $70 for like a fucking digital game. I don't want to pay $70 for a fucking Far Cry game. I'm sorry. I know some of them are good, but Far Cry to me is kind of mid anyway. But
Yeah.
I don't think Far Cry is like a $70 game. I think Far Cry is a $40 game to be honest. But 60 is alright. Just stop trying to stop trying to sell me a game higher than what it is with a little of the effort. If you're gonna maybe pay $70, then I expect for me to get like a lot of shit for $70 than just the game. Like for a deluxe edition, 70, yeah, that's fine. So yeah, don't send me $70 worth of game because it's like what are we getting different than what we used to when we played 60? And that's easy. We're not getting anything. It's just the exact same shit. And you're trying to, feed me this bullshit saying that this is different, but it's not different. Let's chill.
Well, I've got nothing else from here. How about you?
That's all I have to say on that. Like, you shouldn't be charging $70 for a game.
Yeah.
Like, it is a myth that games are way more expensive now than they've ever been. That's a myth, and I know we're Rich from USA has said a lot, and even David Jaffe's calling out on it. It's like, no, it's not. It's just a myth that a lot of people want you to believe, companies want you to believe, so that they can charge this much without you batting an eye. Yeah.
It's just a myth. You just want I just want more profit.
And yeah, I mean, I'd respect you more if you just said that, honestly.
Pretty much. Just be like, yeah, we want more of a profit. And I'd be like, yeah, I see. Like, if the game is worth it, then people will buy it. But 9 times out of 10, the games come out nowadays isn't perfect. And the only people buying these games are content creators because they got to do it for their jobs. Or they get a code for their jobs to do it, let them review it and put it out there. And some people get FOMO, so they end up buying it. But the thing is, if we all collectively just don't buy the games, and they ask, why are you not buying the game? Oh, because it's too fucking expensive. And that's one thing. Just go back to the fucking $60 price tag. That was literally like a sweet spot.
Yeah, $50 to $60 was the best one.
Yeah, cause that's where it's like enough where you're making a huge profit, but not too much where it's a too hard of a pill for most people to swallow. So yeah. I mean, it's just I don't know. Yeah, next topic. That's all I got to say about that. Companies being greedy.
Yeah, next topic. Onto the same area as Square Enix. They suspended sales of Final Fantasy XIV because it got too popular. WoW did a bad enough job to not only have everyone migrate to Final Fantasy XIV, but also got popular enough to where they ran out of licenses. Square Enix has suspended the sales and delivery of Final Fantasy XIV, Star Edition and Complete Edition because it's doing too well and the company can't keep up.
I mean, that's a nice problem to have, honestly.
Yeah. The decision
Oh,
applies
really?
to both physical and digital versions of the game and will be enforced in the coming weeks. It's a gradual process that will take some time and will require coordination with retail partners at the moment. Both versions are still available in digital game stores, but the company says it will be coordinating with those partners as swiftly as possible.
What?
Final Fantasy XIV players have been struggling with the lengthy queues ever since the Endwalker expansion came out in late November. Still have to wait
I'm
hours
pretty
again.
sure Master Minos is saying something. I just can't hear what he's saying.
Oh, man.
He
Sky
is
must be
saying
messing with
that
you.
there's a huge queue list because of the last update for 14. I
Yeah.
can hear him just fine.
I can't.
Epic,
Yeah.
you there?
Epic? Skype must is either messing with him or something else then.
Could be his internet.
Yeah, it's his internet. His is somehow far worse than mine, and we have the same provider.
I'll make
Yeah,
it
but
better.
you're not in the same location.
Not in the same location, of course.
Just because you
I
got
mean,
the
think
same
about it,
internet
like-
provider doesn't make it better.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
But just think about the employees you have at a local McDonald's to the a McDonald's. Well, no, their employees are usually shit to talk to, anyways. Who's actually got decent employees? Chick-fil-A. Nope. Waffle House. Let's say Waffle House. Your
Chick-fil-A,
local
no?
Waffle House
No,
or your out-of-state Waffle House.
no. Let me just say what you're trying to say.
Yeah, go for it.
Decent employees. Here's top 10. I want to say top 10 place to get decent employees. Where you gonna find some? Go to an old mom and pop shop. I can tell you right now, old mom and pop shops don't really sell it. They're not really well off business, except for some of them. Not gonna say all of them are, but 9 times out of 10, the employees actually get paid fair prices. Some of them are, and you could tell by just walking in and talking to them if they're getting paid good or not. If they're in a cheery mood, they're getting paid good. If they're not, they're not.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or,
go to them.
or they're
and get
injured or
good.
something.
Yeah, I went to Outlet Mall not too long ago, and I went to a fragrance shop, and the dude there was so nice. I almost bought some there, even though those were real items. Wait, what am I doing? I feel so welcome. I almost bought some at those outrageous prices.
Oh, yeah.
A good customer service is very very hard to come by. So it can really change the tide of stuff for you.
All right.
Yup.
Back to the topic at hand. 14 players have been struggling with lengthy queues ever since the Antwalker expansion came out in late November. They still have to wait hours to get into the server and be able to play the game. In its announcement, Square Enix explained that it had to suspend 14 sales because the dense concentration of play hours far exceeded its server capacity, especially during the peak times. The developer previously said that it's unable to add more worlds or servers prior to Endwalker's release to ensure it can accommodate all players due to its global semiconductor shortage. 14 director and producer Naoki Yoshida issued an apology in early December for an ongoing issue and granted 7 days of free game time to all players who own the full version of the game and have an active subscription. In its newest post, he said Square Enix is now giving those players an additional 14 days. In addition to halting the sales, the company will prioritize the logins of people with an active subscription going forward. It will no longer accept free trial subscriptions, and current free trial players won't be able to log in outside of late night and early morning hours anymore. Unquote. Yeah, this is a good problem to have.
The dangers of being an MMO.
Is to have their.
But,
I imagine how your game was making so much money you had to pull it.
Yeah.
The problem about this is they can't add any more servers because they can't necessarily get the components to add another server.
Yeah.
And they're stuck, and they're very stuck right now because it's they didn't anticipate this much. They did anticipate this much people. They just didn't have the components to add as much service as they could. But
I mean,
they're
both.
stuck.
I would just try to figure out a way to convert new servers. That would be goal number one.
They weren't made to because this is still technically a pandemic, so a lot of people they go to work and they come home, or some people are still just home and they're just playing the game. It's not like they're like it's not stifled like it was before the pandemic happened. So this get in a lot of other games, like for example, World of Warcraft, other online games had dissuaded people from playing them, so they moved over to Final Fantasy 14. And that's just a lot of people on this server. I mean, more than were ever probably gonna be on a server at any given time before any of this happened. So I think that's just the thing. They just have way more than they bargained for. Well, once again, it's a good problem to have. They're making so much money off this game. I mean, they're making bank. And that's good for them.
Very good for them.
I would love to have that problem, honestly.
That's what I'm saying. I love that problem. My game's
we're too successful. We don't got no more space. I'm like, yeah. Sucks, don't it?
Hey, Fortnite, I know you just released this season, but can we have one of your servers, please? You're not using it right now.
Bro, ask Cliff Blazinski for his servers for Radical Heights.
No. Sorry. No. How about they take down that goddamn fucking mobile game, First Soldier, and have them use that server, you bitch.
Bro. You're like, bro. Let me see that server.
Like, dog, y'all have a fucking Final Fantasy like third-person MMO battle royale game. Like, nigga, just give those servers to fucking 14. You're not using those.
Now, Ark, was it Survival Evolved or whatever? They didn't go ahead and give those servers. Who's playing that game right now?
No one.
10 people probably. Go ahead and give those servers to
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but yeah.
Actually,
might as
well. Like why not just buy server space from other companies? I guess that's what they're gonna have to end up doing if they can't get the resources to get their own server.
Because they can't make them right now because of the whole semiconductor shortage stuff.
Best thing to do is to buy them.
There's a bunch of
ask Microsoft. I know they got a shit ton just lying around here.
Ask Google, man. It's Google.
Ask Google. Google's gonna be like, "Yep, but we're gonna need a huge cut, huge fucking cut." And I know they're gonna be like, "You're gonna need a huge cut."
Yeah, they're going to be about more BS than anyone else there. They might as well not try with Google.
Actually, no. Google's gonna piss them off somehow. I know they're gonna piss them off somehow.
Yeah, I mean, they're Google.
We want it on Stadia, and we want some Stadia exclusives, and it's gonna be $10K for every hour of the server being on. What the fuck? My thoughts exactly.
But yeah, I mean, Cliff Blazinski still owns the servers, the Radical Heights, and that game's not even up anymore. So he might as well give it to someone. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, Cliff Blazinski. It's just he's going out like Tommy Tallarico did not learn anything what happened to Cliff Blazinski. He did not learn anything. He should have just saw what Cliff Blazinski did and then just be like, "Oh no, maybe I should step back." Yeah, I don't know what Cliff Blazinski did. He ruined his own company by keep putting his face out there instead of just working on the game. His company wasn't his like
his fan base. Like his fan base was a lot of Xbox fans, and he just decided to throw shots at Xbox fans. I'm like, they're the ones who were your biggest fans
because you liked your games.
Because you made exclusives for Xbox before you made your own company. So I mean, maybe not piss off the people
who've been supporting you and your hobby for the last couple of years. Just saying.
I'll be honest, nobody knew who you were, Cliff Blazinski, until you worked on Gears of War. And then, bam, then you blew up. So instead of just throwing pot shots at the people who were just like, yeah, I remember Cliff Blazinski, he was the Gears of War guy. Instead of just, you like, yeah, I'm the Gears of War guy, and I'm here to make a new game, and I hope you like it. Instead of just being like that, you just be like, because you saw that PlayStation money, you were just like, fuck Xbox. Fuck the little kids that play on the Xbox. Instead of just being a little humble and be like, hey, we're making the game and we're trying to port it over to everything so everybody can get a chance to play it. And said they didn't. So you saw what happened.
Yeah, but never alienate your fan base.
Yeah,
I mean,
just don't
EA
do
did
Look,
that.
that.
you
Too.
don't alienate anyone, and you have a bigger fan base. But at the same time, not every game is for everyone. That's the balance, guys. Find that. Don't alienate unless it's about a specific game type.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
you
fairness can be
know,
for them because I know they want to make more money, even though they've made a whole
Yeah.
lot. You know what I mean? Try to
See,
get some.
I love how we were talking about greed earlier, that they literally sell the games for more because they're greedier, and that's very true.
Yeah.
But now they're not greedy enough to realize simple concepts.
Yeah.
God,
Yeah.
we're not even gonna get sequels anymore. We're just gonna get seasons of games.
Yeah.
This is how bad that shit is getting. We're
Yeah,
not
it's
even
in case of multiplayer.
every fucking multiplayer game that comes out nowadays has a fucking battle pass
It has a
I don't
battle
want-
pass and a season.
and
Yeah.
a season. I don't want a battle pass in the season. I just want a multiplayer game that if you play this amount of time, you unlock this amount of time. Like I want that again. I want the old days of multiplayer. Not whatever this shit is. I don't
Old
like
days have changed.
Yeah.
You know what else hasn't changed? Next topic. Hey, I like those segues.
That weave you've been having since 1972.
Yeah.
Hey,
Thank you to Fortnite for giving us fucking battle passes and seasons for shit.
thank you,
And Overwatch.
Dwayne the Rock Johnson. Yeah.
Yeah. Back to non-fungible tomfoolery, except that someone is rejecting non-fungible tomfoolery.
NFTs.
Stalker
still-
2 it will no longer include NFTs, developer says.
I don't know why I included NFTs in the first place. I don't like. I mean, even people who like NFTs didn't care about that. Like like Burger King is trying to do this whole you order on their app, you get an NFT. I'm like, for Burger King?
NFT these nuts.
Like, who cares? So yeah, NFTs have gone off the charts now, man.
Yeah.
Everyone doing NFTs.
This happened in under 1 day in. Under 1 day in.
And 100% to be clear with everyone, does everyone know what an NFT is?
Non-fungible token.
Non-fungible token.
To those who don't understand what that means, basically everything has a bit space, and it just takes up that particular thing. You own that particular blockchain of whatever you bought. You own that blockchain.
Actually, I got you. I can explain it better. It's stealing, but not stealing. It's owning something that is not really owning something because it's all in the cloud. It sounds stupid because it is.
It's Bitcoin, but Bitcoin. Okay? There you go.
Yeah.
I own the Neon Cat video. No, you do not. You did not create that. You do not own it. But I bought the non-fungible link for it. What? The traffic for it. I bought it.
I still don't understand, legitimately, how someone says an NFT has more of a environmental impact on something than just a normal art thing. You know what I mean?
Well, the thing is, because the whole problem with NFTs is NFTs are they're to be made, have to take up that certain space for a server, because they're in the cloud. And it's always running. It never stops running because that's a specific blockchain. It's a unique one. And now there's millions to billions of these blockchains are unique that need multiple servers to house them. And basically, they just keep running. You know what happens when you run technology just indefinitely.
Okay, now I get that. Okay.
That's the problem with NFTs, and that's the problem people are.
NFT, mining Ethereum, they have a big problem because you're consuming a lot of power, and they're just causing e-waste out into the it's causing pollution because if you're mining like because you're not mining one computer. If you're a miner, you're running multiple computers. Some people got office space and shit like that, and it's creating fossil, not fossil fuels, but it's just creating pollution.
Did you
And
ever
then the pollution needs to escape where?
have y'all heard about the GPU that costs $5,000? That's only for mining Bitcoin and other Bitcoin accessories like NFT stuff too.
I haven't
No,
heard
I
of it.
haven't.
It sounds about right.
Sorry for the access and noise. I'm sorry. If you need
You're
to mute
fine.
me, you can.
Yeah, I mean,
Quoting from
Okay.
article.
I don't care about NFTs. Like, I mean, there just needs to be a better way to go about these.
Yeah.
They're just too easy.
Yeah.
I think the NFT should legitimately be just like a electronic sent to one person, like they have a specific login, and that's the way you know it's your NFT. And if someone tries to log in and it's not from a device you perceive as your own, then they can't log in and view whatever you paid for.
Quoting
So,
article. GSC Game World developer Stucco Tourist Natsu will be removing NFTs and any NFT related content from its upcoming game, reversing its decision to integrate them after a huge fan backlash. The change comes less than a day after Stu was revealed in game them after fan backlash. The change comes darn it. Who is slurping the soup in there?
what are you talking about?
Oh, that was DC. Continuing. The studio revealed in-game NFT auctions for Stalker 2 that would have added NPC modeled after the winning bidders. The development of Stalker 2 suffered from numerous setbacks over the years. Although the game was first announced all the way back in 2010, the original Stalker 2 was cancelled in 2012 due to financial hardships among other issues. After GSC Game World reformed itself, it revalued the game during 2018, much to the surprise and delight of longtime fans. While its predecessors were releasing back in 2007, gamers have been waiting for a long time for the franchise to continue, and excitement has continued to build as Stalker 2 will utilize the Unreal Engine 5, being one of the first games to do so. The title's now slated to launch in April next year. In this message posted to the official Stalker account on Twitter, GSC Game World stated that it will now be canceling and removing all NFT content from Stalker 2. This is a direct result from the community's overwhelmingly negative reaction to the idea, which had been getting worse and worse in the day since NFTs were unveiled for the game. GSC Game World maintains that the feedback of its fans is skying light for Stalker 2, and that the terms for making its game for you to enjoy whatever the cost it is.
Middles, can I be 100 with you?
Yeah?
I do not care about Stalker 2. Only thing I cared about is the fact they're trying to shove NFTs down people's throats. I do not care about Stalker. So, yeah. That was all.
It looked like a beautiful. It looked like a beautiful Metro Exodus.
The game was out of the wayside for me up until here.
Yeah, so I don't really care about Stalker. I just care about NFT shenanigans, and I'm glad they reversed that. So
yeah,
that's about all.
Yeah, NFTs have gone way too far already. I've seen people that burned entire livelihoods on them.
I really wish there was like no NFTs, but you can get when you buy something from like Chase said, when you buy something for a store, you can set yourself up an account, and when you buy something from a store, you own not only that product, but you own like a blockchain of it. Like you could have like a credit. When you buy something, you get like credits. Because if help you stimulate the economy, some shit. And when you accumulate enough credits, you could exchange it for like a Bitcoin or something, or you could exchange it for like an online digital good that can be spent on stuff online. So in that case, you can also have like a regular wallet. You can also have like an e-wallet where you just buying normal shit in the outside world, or at least buy shit online. To help get yourself some fake currency, like get yourself some virtual currency, so you can even buy even more stuff online. Yeah, that makes sense because you're still buying something and you're also reaping more in return. Go ahead, Chase.
Like that, I agree as far as like I would want it like one of the artists I follow on YouTube is 1000. Shout out to 1000. I love his art. Now, he does cool murals, big scaled projects, personalized art, stuff like that. He does really cool work. Well, a while back when that NFT started, he said he was going to do one and sell it to the people, to his fans, as like a part of a, I believe, a charity thing or something.
Mm-hmm.
And he does, like I said, does really cool work. Anyways, literally the next video, he apologizes because a lot of his fans were telling him how bad the NFT was for the ecosystem. And I was blown away by it too. But the fact that NFT, I feel like there should be a way to do an NFT where it's not going to cause like the eco side of danger that they cause. Like something as easy as like because it's artwork, I'm more or less thinking about artwork. Let's say you have a Mona Lisa kind of painting, but you don't want there to only be one copy of Mona Lisa. You want 9 copies, but they're all registered by the artist himself, or by the artist herself, or by the artist themselves. So you have all this, and they only want to have 9 registered, like actual graded copies of their artwork. So they want to sell them all off for charity, for personal gain, whatever. It don't matter to me. I think that what they need to do is it needs to be like a link. Like only once you sell your like virtual license of it, you no longer have access to it. Like that's what an NFT should be. Not storing it on the cloud permanently, but should be like a visitor log kind of thing. That I the more I'm explaining it, the more it sounds like the NFT they currently have, and that's not what I'm trying to explain. I'm having a hard time putting the right words to this.
I'm just saying, like, I don't really care for NFTs. I just really wish, like, if it would be like more on, you're buying something, you kind of own this blockchain, then why not just have it to where, anything you buy, if it's online or in person, like you can get like its own virtual currency to exchange it for like a Bitcoin. You can have like, if you have like enough, you can exchange it for like Bitcoin or something. And then and that just let that be that. Because to be honest, I know Bitcoin is the wave, but Bitcoin has been used for nothing just yet. And if it keeps being used for nothing, I don't see no point in getting Bitcoin. I feel like Bitcoin is only like a pump and dump scheme nowadays than anything viable because it hasn't been used for anything yet.
Well, I believe that's what it was in the original of it. It was originally created in 2009, or it was released in 2009.
Yeah, because I pictured that Bitcoin was supposed to be like that. Like, I feel like they wanted it to be like that future currency where when we get rid of dollars and all that stuff, we can use like Bitcoin to pretty much pay for stuff and things like that. But since Bitcoin's is not really secure like that, I don't think that'll ever happen. Even though it's like it's secure on the blockchain, it's not really that secure. If a hacker wanted to, a hacker could get in and take that shit. If he really wanted to.
I mean, Bitcoin is no harder to hack than like a national protected secret. Like, I'm not saying go hack a national secret. I'm saying that there are hackers out there that's hacked major computers and major government computers. So they would ease. In my mind, I think it would easily enough be able to hack a freaking number generator for a coin worth. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sounds like you got nothing else. Let's move it. Welcome to the Censorship Corner. So, Sony won an order against the DNS resolver Quato 9, paving way for more DNS level censorship. Ugh. So, it is not gonna stop anytime soon in case of Sony. Ugh. DNS resolver Quato 9 has lost its first appeal against an order filed by Sony to block a piracy site. The DNS resolver plans to appeal, warning that if a ruling wasn't challenged, several internet services would be put at risk. It would mean censorship at the DNS level could become normalized. It means that instead of only going after those who are posting the offending content, infrastructure providers are now a target. Earlier this year, the leading internet service provides in Germany agreed to voluntarily block pirate sites and deal with copyright holders, including Sony. The INS implemented that blocking at the DNS level because that's all they have for their own DNS resolvers. So it's not just the posters, it's everyone involved in that DNS. Oh, how terrible. DNS resolvers help circumvent such blockades. Instead of using ISPs, DNS resolvers use switched to alternative resolvers such as Quato 9, OpenDNS, Cloudflare, and Google. A few weeks after the deal with German ISPs, Sony Music obtained an injunction requiring the Quato 9 to block a popular music piracy site. The court documents that they do not name the piracy site. But after blocking the order, Quato 9 appealed. The organization explained that it does not support piracy, but it feels the order is overreached considering it does not directly provide the pirated content. Original Coin Hamburg upheld the order, but the organization claims it will not give up and will appeal the order in a higher court. We're disappointed at our first set hearings and in what we think is an outcome that's not consistent with the legislative intentions of the German government, Quad's general manager John Todt said. There are a large number of internet-based services in which we think ultimately put at a serious risk by this ruling, and we will not stop our legal challenges on this injunction. Todd explained that the case is not simply about his organization, but about defending the rights of internet users and other service providers that might be impacted by the order. We will continue to pursue our legal fight against what we think is the outcome that threatens the very core of the internet's ability to be a useful and trustful tool to everyone. Corporations should not have the ability to directly demand that the network infrastructure operators censor sites, Todd said. Unquote. So they're just gonna mess with more than entire servers at this point.
Can someone give me the Cliff Notes version of that? My attention span. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, Sony censorship will be at DNS level, which means their reach is going to be far heavier, and it'll affect multiple systems.
All right,
You're gonna mess with multiple systems, especially anti-innocent related systems.
Okay, yeah, that's better. This is not what it used to be. I mean, actually, it's better than what it used to be, and that's the problem because it was never good. I mean, Sony wins again, baby. But is that reference? But no,
I get it.
This is sad. I mean, but it is what it is. I mean, we're gonna have to get a bigger company to, take this to court and win. But I mean, there's always been a gray area when it came to like a lot of censorship, and what we need is a big win in the favor of non-censorship for there to be any change.
Yeah, especially for the lawsuit at hand.
Yeah, so hopefully
if it entirely tanks, this crap will continue and they'll probably go far beyond.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
If this does not, however, there's an opening against this censorship. And that opening is definitely going to be exploited. That's all I have for this.
All right.
Anyone got anything else before we move it?
That's all I gotta say about that, though.
Yeah, this next topic will be even quicker.
All right.
Quick topics. Let's go.
Sony's Aniplex finally took over Fate Grand Order. They made another accusation for their mobile efforts. Which means this is more of a censor watch topic, because from this point forward, we'll have to look out for more tomfoolery involving this game. Well, in case of the global version. However, if anything happens for JP, there's definitely going to be rats involving that. So everyone definitely watch this game. Watch out for anything involving this game. They used to be owned by Delightworks, but now they're fully owned by Aniplex, which is fully in Sony's reign. And that's all from here. Are you expecting the same? And is everyone expecting the same bad shenanigans? Yes or no?
Oh, definitely.
Yes.
Oh, they gotta censor the best out of that game. That game about get censored times 10 or that show.
Mm-hmm.
If it doesn't get censored, that's more of the surprise than anything else.
If it doesn't get censored, it needs a patch. Then it'll be censored.
Oh,
yeah.
You heard Nintendo has the ban hammer. Sony got to censor him.
Oh yeah, the guy that was sub-running anime on Abigail Williams' release, he was gonna straight up mess with her until Delightworks and everyone else said no. He backed off, but Emiya Alter wasn't spared. His dark chocolate got removed for some good reason. That messed with lore entirely. So now I'm expecting either my best bets are either him screwing with Abby for NA at least, or JP's version of Emiya Alter getting screwed with. These are my two bets. If either of them happens, all I have to say, I called it from here.
Which one looks more like his ex-wife? That's my bet.
One in the very middle.
Which one that looks like Appa's big weird toenail? Avatar.
When he's done with them, they're gonna look like Jar Jar Binks.
Oh, Misa save you all.
Yeah. Or they could go even further and do it. Or it could go even further and do what China did. They not only removed artwork, but they also removed names.
They didn't remove artwork and names. They removed time from playing games. That's why they are a fail.
Yeah, they really did. China gonna be winning a war this year.
China someone needs to make an animation of China and their whole name turning into an L so they could take this L. Just go ahead, spell China and shape it like an L. That's their award.
Yeah.
It's just their obsessiveness on wanting to control everything. It's going to be their downfall.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be their downfall. Oh, another spam bot. Let me kill that.
Yo, there's been a lot of spam bots lately. I'm just like, yo, hey, I was on one stream on Twitch where I'm a moderator. Well, a spam bot. Haha, get blocked, son. Man, the block party's gonna be enjoying you.
Yeah.
I
had to deal with
Coolest bot on the block.
I had to deal with that my last stream at my madhouse.
I dealt with that on one of your streams. There was two. I said, well, man, that's crazy. I said, oh, that's crazy. The block party just got bigger.
And I can actually watch chat through regular OBS. I didn't have the time to implement it through Streamlabs.
Oh, okay.
Thankfully, I used this pop-up chat for in case anyone visits Sankaku.
Yeah, it'd be having some weird stuff on that side panel. I'm like, yo, what's that?
Yeah. But I use that on a have-to basis, especially for Censorship Corner. Yeah, there's some others that cover censorship topics, but the most well-known is Sankaku. I also have a censor on screen to cover those in case of any accidents that the participants see. Thankfully, the audience will be covered, and Susan won't nuke us then.
Oh,
that's why I have that. If you've
Susan
seen,
still got nuke us, bro. She still got nuke us. It's just a matter of time. She still got nuke us. We've said a bunch of out-of-pocket stuff. We get nuked at some point. It's not a matter of if.
It's not a matter of when. Yeah. No matter if.
Yeah, it's a matter of when instead of if now.
Yeah, I've come to terms with that already. I'm gonna wake up one day, my child nuked.
It's happened to too many, especially my beloved streamers.
Your madhouse is going to become a fun house when they're done with it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. We get nuked, but it's okay. It's gonna be a cool ride till then. Next topic.
All right. So, Pokemon Diamond and Pearl remakes ended up removing the lovey-dovey couple translation for some odd reason. Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl remakes of their respective titles for Nintendo DS and Pokemon titles have once again suffered an alteration to their translation, and the Western release's lovey-dovey couple has been ousted in favor of something else. A quick look at Dawn before we move it. Well, the top two images are from the original games, and the bottom images are from the remake, with the Japanese remake only changing original dialect by adding a kanji for Tatsuke, which doesn't change the meaning in every way. It was from, so what is it? Are you some lovey-dovey couple to rescue? How cute. You two think you can save the day in your little game of hero.
Why does that sound familiar?
What the heck? What is the topic?
The Japanese remake left to calling the protagonist an accompanying female loving-dovey couple, but the West apparently decided that even suggesting the presence of a normal straight couple is probably too offensive for the strange large amount of...
What the heck was that?
That's DC snoring.
Oh, DC.
Breaking news. DC got knocked out by Mike Tyson.
Bro, Mike Tyson.
Red alert. Mike Tyson knocked DC the hell out.
Mike Tyson caught slipping.
DC's got a bird. His name is Ronnie. Well, tell Ronnie you just got knocked the fuck out.
Sorry. That didn't even rhyme. You should have made it rhyme.
Well, welcome back, man.
Got a bird. This is got a bird. Look at night. Welcome to the night. It's time for you to get knocked the fuck out or some shit like that.
It's from Longest Yard.
Yeah.
Oh, from that. Oh,
yeah. Guy gets hit by the big guy. He's like, I have a bird. His name is Ronnie. Well, tell Ronnie you just got knocked the fuck out.
I thought you were quoting Friday at first.
Got a bird.
That's what I
drives
thought.
A Chevy. But I hit you harder.
He hit you like a big, hard body of Chevy. No, hold on. I can do it. He's got a Chevy. He hit you hard just like a big body. God, I can't remember. I love Fallout. Oh no, it's a cool fucking show.
But I'm gonna. It's like 11:54. I'm gonna call it a night here. Yeah, you have a good one.
All right.
Thanks for everything, DC.
Yeah, I'm about to call it night and soonish, I guess, depending on how many tops we have left.
Counting this one.
I
Don't
think
worry,
we got.
audience can't see. 1, 2, 3.
I think we're about. This is topic.
6 remain.
6? Okay, I can do that.
6
Remember,
topics
we have a cap
or
of 20
6 in this
topics.
segment.
We have 6 left.
Yeah, I can't do anymore. So this
What
Superstar
is
DC is signing off. You have a good one.
See you, bud.
See ya.
Peace. Blue archive address is what? Oh, wait,
We're not there yet.
okay.
Right now,
Oh, yeah.
Right now, we have another censorship problem with Pokemon.
Oh, yeah, lovey-dovey.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know what to say about it. I mean, the West doesn't like relationships. I mean, I don't know why. I mean,
this is incredibly dumb. Incredibly dumb.
The West being us or the West being
us.
Okay.
Yeah, West being us. The Japanese remake in the left calling the protagonist the accompanying female lovey-dovey couple, but the rest apparently decide that even suggesting the presence of normal straight couples is probably too offensive for the strangely more large amount of middle-aged man-children planning. The individual provide more examples of questionable Western translations for Pokemon games, and other users also provide some interesting information. And this chronicles the past censorships of past Pokemon games until here.
You want to know why the West has a problem with it, Epic?
Why?
West has a problem with it because we don't believe in relationships anymore. We believe everyone should just have sex and then leave and get the other person pregnant and walk out. That's where that boils down to.
Yeah, pretty much. When stuff like this gets censored, I don't really understand.
Stop caring about relationships.
Yeah, and if it isn't that, they keep attacking BS law. They keep attacking BS laws to a point where one side of the party is like, screw this, I can't do this anymore. And that's in increasing numbers.
Yeah, I really don't understand. Like, when stuff like this gets censored, I'm like, what? Who was getting offended by it? No one. The thing is, these companies are censoring stuff that no one complained about now. It used to be Twitter complained, and they're like, okay, we'll censor it. But now it's like, no one complains, yet they still censor it. Why?
You know what I would do?
Something? Or someone woke us at the helm.
I would create a game just solely based on renaming every color to a different name of color.
Why someone get offended by that anyway?
Purple would be like chartreuse, just changing the names of everything. So when someone says, I got killed by the red guy, I'd be like, no, you got killed by a green guy.
Hopefully that's a trollish game, or...
No, it's just going to be dumb as hell. You're going to be like little stick figures fighting.
Oh, it's definitely trollish.
Yeah. 100%. It's going to be the biggest freaking troll I could think of.
Of course.
Still, this wasn't needed. This is incredibly dumb. This is why more and more people are either quitting AAA altogether or something else. Or just learning the original language that it contained.
If they want to quit AAA, they're totally welcome to. I just want to make money. Like, they could give me the money they were getting used on AAA.
Yeah, and then it dries up in case of AAA.
No,
what are we gonna do?
My thing is, I don't understand. Like I said, some of these censorships, I mean, none of them really make sense to me, but some just, like, no one's complaining and no one would have cared, but the company censored it because of reasons?
Wow.
It's like, what was that one that was a while back? The censorship where the guy had like a tiki warriors or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They wanted to change those enemies.
Yeah, that to me was like not. I mean, I'm not at liberty to say this, but I didn't find it offensive. I found it as characters in a game, cute characters.
I mean, I am at liberty to say this because I'm the color that was supposed to be been offended or oppressed, and I didn't find it offensive.
I didn't find any of that offensive whatsoever.
It's like because they had dreadlocks, it's like, oh, this makes fun of black people or minorities. Yeah, because black people are only people with dreadlocks, huh? But
You're so fudged up in the head, man.
Yeah. I know. I edited that. I know. I had to edit that. I know. I edited that video.
Yeah.
I edited a video of some white dude with dreadlocks, and some other non-blacks that have had dreadlocks and managed to rock them well. It is possible to do that.
In my personal taste, I don't think dreadlocks ever really look too good. Like, some people can rock it. Some, like, if someone wears a hairstyle like that, I'm not going to call you out on it. I think if you chose that hairstyle, that's you. But I can't there's no way I could do dreadlocks and look good.
Yeah.
But it ain't about me.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I have to go do something real quick. I'll be back in a minute.
Oh, man. Understood.
That's all I got to say on this topic.
Yeah, same here.
They censor over everything now. That's crazy. Next topic.
Mess with everything, and yeah. Onward to the censored game of the week. No, it's censored game of the show. I'm sorry. It's not. Yeah, I dropped out of the week thing now. Oh man. And why is the Christmas visual?
Show me everything. Project Melody. Uh-oh.
I was gonna use that gag for the end, but I got exposed. Darn it.
Yeah, man, you
It's
exposed
like
yourself.
the other meme. Yeah, it was like the Subverse meme that we had running around now. The Sankaku censor is also still about. Don't worry.
All right. No,
even though you've seen a lot, the audience did not. The audience or Susan did not. Thank goodness.
Okay. I mean, Susan might have liked it. Who knows?
Yeah,
it's Wojcicki. Okay.
Yeah, Susan might like this junk. Who knows? Don't worry, audience can't see the bad stuff.
Hey,
and now this is going to be memed around. Oh. But that's just a teaser announcement, nothing else.
I might have to check that out.
Yeah. Well, same.
Yeah. I'm going to finish what I'm looking at after I get off this line, and then I'm going to go to sleep.
Yeah. And now this absolves me of my least proud of EX episode. It contained a world of simping. That's why I'm least proud of that, but actually onto the actual censored game of the show. Blue Archive for the developers backing on their word, a la Danmachi Memorial Freeze. The official Twitter account from the mobile game Blue Archive has made an announcement regarding recent criticisms. These criticisms stem from changes observed between the international and original Japanese versions of the game. The changes appeared during the recently added main story following the students of the Game Development Department Club and the Roblox student Nintendo Adis. One CG scene with Adis features the character in a state of undress with the chest covered by her hair. In the global version of the game, the CG has been zoomed to hide all but Adis' face. There was one in Sankaki, but it's too much. At this point, everyone's seen too much already.
I mean, Project Melia nut, between worlds.
Yeah.
I mean, listen. I mean, I'm down, but
Yeah, continuing. Another criticism
that girl
results
got a
from
big gun. That's crazy. How is she carrying that?
Yeah, good question. No way she's human. Well, then again, this happens in anime all the time.
Yeah, and most time they ain't human. Yo, she got a Nintendo Switch. You see that? Yo, she got a Nintendo Switch. She got a Nintendo Switch OLED too. That's a new one.
Anyway, another criticism from the character's name, which is Japanese. Adisu is commonly translated as Alice. However, localizations for the game instead chose to make her name Adis, despite Alice and Roman letters being visible on her gun as seen here in this page. Due to the criticism, the producer of Blue Archive, Kim Young-ha, released a formal statement in English for fans. In a statement, he reiterates Netson's allowed commitment to offering the same service to all players. However, he also comes that the change was due to external requests while elaborating on what entities made such requests. In other words, they were afraid they offended someone, so they had to do this.
Alright, I'm back. I'm sorry about that.
Welcome back.
Okay, my dogs were howling at something, so I had to go check on them.
Oh. Cliff Notes version of what we just went through. The censored game to show is Blue Archive. Wow, are you outside? You're definitely outside.
No. What are you hearing?
That.
Yeah. That was either your fan outside or something else.
Is it better?
Much better.
You were just hearing one of my PC fans. It's not that loud. My mic is that sensitive.
Anyway,
it was blowing up harder. I'm not even going to that sentence. Yeah.
Go ahead, Epic. How hard was it blowing?
The last hentai he saw.
Well, yeah, it was blowing more than a particular show I was watching. Let's just say that.
What? It was blowing more than the video you started watching at the beginning of this podcast? Yeah, I bet so.
Yeah. There's a bunch of blowing in that one, too.
Yeah.
No pauses on that.
Oh, well. To recap what we just ran through, the censored game of the show is Blue Archive because basically the developers promised that they wouldn't censor the game. There was huge backlash because they censored one character CG where she was in a state of undress and the important parts were covered by her hair in the Korean version. Also, in the global version, however, it was panned to just her face.
Sounds like censorship to me.
Yeah, totally. And this ended up resulting in them skipping the statement here. This ended up resulting in the game being review bombed and being completely roasted to hell and back. This is basically the exact same thing as Danmachi Memoria Freeze. Yeah, of course, some people are trying to let it slide, but the damage is already done. Most people have left global for the Korean version because the Korean version also is English. It also has English,
what's the point of
mind
playing
you.
the English version? Like what?
What was the point of making an English version?
Best guess was because of Google services and junk.
Kiss my ass, Google services.
Yeah.
I'm going to the Nado market. Oh yeah.
Hey, Epic, we should just learn Korean and Japanese.
Yeah, that's what's basically all these censors are telling us now.
Whoa, right.
Well, I wasn't talking about the game type. I was just talking about that we should create a game in Korean or Japanese.
Oh yeah.
We would probably get a lot less regulations to worry about. It was my point.
Yeah, preferably Japanese, but then there's also some related things alongside Korean Hangul, so that's why some Koreans end up picking up Japanese faster. That's what I've heard from those that learn both.
Oh yeah. Well, like from a lot of people know like different languages like around those areas. They feel like there's a lot of similarities in them. I mean, it's sort of like how how English and Spanish have a lot of similarities in them, where you can it's not easy to pick it up, but it's easier for you to learn for English speaker to learn Spanish than for them to learn Japanese or Hindi, especially because Hindis are polar opposite. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
it's that kind of stuff.
Yeah, especially remember that Hindi has the exact opposite rules as English, and was hard to learn for you, Epic.
Yeah, that's I'm learning that. I'm like, man, the stuff we have here is like, oh, you should do this. Hindi's like, what? No, you do this. Oh no! Oh no! What do I do? This language is so hard for me.
Yeah, they said different regional situations. Nah, no, you thought so. No, you were trying to. Nah, you were afraid of Snowflake Sally bitching about the game, and as a result, and it happened anyway.
I mean, if you say you're not gonna censor something, then you censor it. Then you release a BS excuse why you censored it. It's just like, yeah, of course you're gonna get clowned. Like,
Yeah,
whatever. I'm used to it by now, so it is what it is.
Sorry for lack of better terms.
I just get a Korean version because it's still in English, so
yeah.
I just get that version.
Yeah, the Korean version actually has an English option.
So yeah, I just get that version.
Yeah.
No big deal to me.
And I got nothing else from here.
I'm still wondering how she's carrying that big old gun, though. That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's nothing. Yeah, like I said, it's nothing new in the anime genre, but giant guns are the norm. Giant swords are super common. But anyway, let's move it.
Okay.
So now here's Hot Sot's favorite segment. Welcome to the dumb news section.
Everything we've talked about has been dumb news, so
pretty much. This whole thing has been Clown World. That's crazy.
Yeah.
We should just call this podcast Clown World Podcast.
Yeah.
That's what it has been.
A very Clown World Christmas. That's what I'm gonna name the episode now.
Oh yeah. Aside from the first topic, everything else has been Clown World.
Yeah.
Like the first topic about him passing, that was the only topic where I was like, okay. Everything else is just derailed.
From that point forward, we drove straight into Clown World after paying in memoriam.
Yeah, and we kind of just stayed there. We haven't left yet.
Yeah. And now we're on the actual Clown World segment, and things are gonna be even worse. First off,
okay.
there was an Animal Crossing New Horizons glitch that made the villagers lose their clothes.
Oh no! You see fictional characters naked.
Yeah, nothing but fur. Nothing but
I mean,
fur
Oh
and feathers.
no! They're animal characters.
they're anthropomorphic animals. Oh no, they're
Oh
naked.
my!
A lot of people probably were losing their minds seeing Isabel. Probably, honestly.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, that's just because she's in Smash.
Yeah.
Oh, that's because people won't Smash.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
People have been
I've
wanting to
seen
smash
so
it.
many people talking about Isabel. I'm just like, yo, guys.
It's a dog.
People have
It's
been
a
wanting to
chill.
smash Isabel
It's a
since...
literal beach.
You guys getting way too hot bothered. But yeah, for those who don't know, when characters are modeled, they usually are modeled, not just their head and their clothes, their whole body's modeled, and then clothes are put on it. So you could technically, like, if something happened where the clothes go off, yeah, you'd see the actual model without clothes. And that's kind of what happened here with this like new glitch that is gonna be patched out pretty quickly, probably.
Yeah, it was patched out according to Oracle.
Simple mod. I mean, it's not. It's kind of just dumb. Like,
it's an issue where facility members wearing clothing that uses custom designs to appear to be not wearing any clothing. Quoting back the article, the new DLC Happy Home Paradise is a delightful addition to the main game and has already been keeping players busy for hours on end. While design holiday homes for new villagers in the DLC's focus, a particularly strange glitch shifted some players' focus onto other things. Over the past few weeks, players have been reporting a bizarre error where villagers have been loading into the game entirely naked. Zero Gamer reports it would appear the glitch has been present ever since the DLC's launch. At the start of November, only seems to happen inside Happy Home Paradise's cafe, one of the island's facilities you unlock as you progress through the DLC. While some corners of the internet will be less troubled by the glitch, it's been causing quite a bit of confusion of those who weren't expecting it to happen. If you want to see fluffy villager butts and loose tentacles, oh dear, we suggest you look away now.
let's see, like, legitimately, I think they could do a spin-off of this and resell it to, like, nudist gamers. Like, 100%. I wouldn't be trying to hide it. I'd be like, hey, if you guys have wanted to play a game and you didn't like the option that everyone has to wear clothes, even though it should be your personal island, why not do this glitch? Do this glitch, and everyone is a nudist just like you want.
Don't worry, they'll mod it.
I'm sure they'll mod it, but mods are a cheap way to get around the situation.
Yeah.
I want 100% backbone from the freaking developing team to be like, I will sell this product as a legitimate choice. Like, no other reason, just a legitimate choice.
Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely gonna sell well with certain individuals.
Well,
at least these characters naked isn't, a problem because it's just fur.
Yeah, but, they're just fur and scales.
But it is kind of funny.
Oh yeah, the game does have a statue of David, and from memory, it did have the penis. They must have patched that out by now, but still.
I mean, hey, you gotta teach anatomy at some point.
Yep, anatomy.
Yeah.
It's like Venus, though.
Oh
Statue of
yeah,
Venus.
it also has that.
It's like,
It also has that uncensored.
and no one ever knew if the statue really had arms or not. I'm like, it probably did, just from the sole reaction that most sculptors are not going to stop sculpting a piece at like doing a whole body, but not the freaking arms. So I don't know.
Ready to move it?
Yeah, let's move it.
Yeah.
All right. Ugh. This topic, man. Ugh. Remember the last dumb thing Take-Two did? Well, this just topped it. Take-Two files trademark claim against Hazelight Studio for their game It Takes Two. Its name itself.
They're just mad at Game 1 Game of the Year, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're
that
how
salty.
dare you win Game of the Year? My GTA trilogy should have won Game of the Year. Even my game sucked. We gotta get you with this BS copyright claim.
Yeah, all they did was release a defective edition of a game, and as a result, nobody except the consumers copped it. GTA parenting company Take-Two Interactive has reportedly filed a trademark claim against Hazelight Studios' new title It Takes Two. The claimant that forced studio director Joseph Faddis to abandon ownership over the game's name because it rings too close to their company/division name. Hazelight had issued a notice of abandonment back on March 25, 2021, the day before It Takes Two's launch on all platforms. The original statement from the U.S. Patent Office entailed that the company had respectfully abandoned ownership over the game's name. In a statement with Eurogamer, a Hazelight spokesperson said that the studio could not comment on the ongoing issues but remains hopeful it will be resolved. Over the past year, Take-Two has been on a rampage trying to file trademark claims against an array of companies and products. According to U.S. Patent Office's records, the disputes are targeted at businesses using generic words like Rockstar, Star Rocks, Mafia, Social Club, and Matt's Payne, aka Matt's Payne, among others. Take-Two claims that the companies have been trying to profit off of their brands. In the tweet industry, wait,
yeah,
this has gone too far. No.
The trademark is thing is, for example, Take-Two was a phrase popularized with filmmakers when they're saying take two, either take number two.
Yeah.
So does that mean that whoever was the first one that made that statement, their estate can sue Take-Two Interactive?
If I take Two's logic, yeah.
I mean, it's just same thing with Rockstar. That's been a phrase since before the company was a thing. So does that mean whoever popularized that phrase can sue Take-Two Interactive as well?
If this lawsuit actually sticks, yeah.
Oh, and here's a good one. The name Max Payne. That's actually a very old name. There's actually was it Scottish? Like people, like, so there's probably someone who's alive at this point whose name has been Max Payne for longer than that series has been a thing. Can they sue Take-Two Interactive?
Ooh.
Hi, Crazy.
Hey, Nicole.
Hey,
Nicole San Diego.
So you guys, I'll be back.
I told you we would still be talking.
Yeah. And we're mid-show, don't worry.
What I missed?
A lot, but short of it, gaming community, stupid as hell. censorship
been some
community,
dumb
stupid
topics.
as hell. And finally, games out this year. All right, nah, stupid as hell.
This has been a very dumb podcast. It's crazy.
Yeah. Aside of us paying our respects for someone that passed this month, this whole show has been Clown World.
It's a clown
This
world
whole
Christmas.
show.
Do-do-do-do.
Also,
It's
I
almost as
accidentally.
crazy as that.
Also, I accidentally unveiled my gag topic, so I had to use it. So I had to use it right then and there.
Yeah, the nut, man, the nut.
Yeah, Project Melody, a nut between worlds.
I'm down for it. Did you ever hear that Project Melody song by Shiki?
Yes, I have.
Oh yeah.
I actually have been following Shiki for a good while. His work is very good.
Yeah, his work is very good. My first song I heard from him was Senpai. You know, that song's amazing.
Mm-hmm. Zero Two is my favorite of him.
Oh yeah. But yeah, if y'all haven't heard that song, y'all should hear it. I'm not gonna play it because that song's very inappropriate. But yeah.
Send it in the Skype link after we get done.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. So Nicole, the climax of it is that Take-Two is trying to sue Hazelight Studio for their game's name, It Takes Two. And they've been trying to do similar to other names like it.
Yeah, they try to sue the baby because of his song Rockstar.
For the fact that I've never heard of it, do I need to care?
Yeah, it's a super dumb lawsuit, however. But from what I've heard, It Takes Two is actually an amazing game.
It is a wonderful awesomeness.
I need a little bit more info about the game a little later.
Okay,
Gotcha.
so the game is a story that follows. It has you and your. Usually, it's done with you and one other person. You could do it by yourself, but it's more fun if you have a second person to play with you. Anyways, so you're playing the game, and what happens is you're both parents that get like magically wished into your daughter's toy figures of yourselves. And you're trying to figure out how to get back into your real bodies. But you both kind of are like at the point of a relationship. It's almost over. You're at that. So you're going through like wondrous, like magical, almost magical-esque worlds, but of your own house. So like so think of like Toy Story, that kind of magical-esque world.
Oh, okay. That sounds pretty cool.
I mean, that's a pretty cool game. It won Game of the Year for a reason.
Yeah.
But yeah, Take-Two is like, yo, we're gonna sue the mess.
It takes 2 months to sue your ass. Just try. We go to court every day for those 2 months.
If it's not this, it's them sending goons to your door because you might one of their games.
I fight them. I ain't scared.
Oh man. Anyway,
Y'all, I'm low-key debating on if I want to stop too.
I think it's safe to move it. What do you guys think? Got anything else?
I mean, I do, but nah.
Right now, I'm just worried about food. So I'm kind of hungry. So
Yay, food.
Okay. You're gonna get a ride out of this one. So fan merch.
Is it about Riot Games?
No, it's not about Riot Games.
Okay.
Fan merch has been a thing for the greatest while now, and look what they're doing with Genshin Impact. Genshin Impact condoms are the Found Frontier fan merch.
wait, what?
They made condoms.
Yeah.
As
Isn't that weird conversation y'all was having earlier?
yes.
Yeah.
Before we started recording.
And could I start to question it earlier? I was like, man, let me not question it, because if I question it, I'm gonna end up knowing too much, man.
No, see, right now I'm still questioning it, and I just don't know which question to ask first. Like, number one, what makes them Genshin Impact looking? What makes them condoms for this game? Like, is there art on the condom wrapper? Is there art on the condom themselves?
Literally, most of their characters are desirable. I think that's the main. I think that's the main drive of this.
Okay, but having something desirable and having a condom for that is different than having something desirable and having a more or less blow-up doll. You get what I'm saying?
How?
How?
Wait, did you just ask how?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll ask for the heck of it
between
anyway.
A blow-up doll and a condom, buddy.
Yeah, there's a huge
actually
difference.
Used for having sex, and one is actually used for pleasuring yourself.
Completely different things.
Then you also have to find two people that are willing to use those condoms. Like, I know there's a lot of video game couples and anime couples and stuff like that in real life and stuff like that, but I don't think if I dated a girl that I go, hey, guess what? I got some of these. I can't even say it. I roll out the box of anime condoms. That's my pickup line for us having sex. Is I just roll out a whole thing of anime condoms. Yes, that's what's going to get me laid that night.
Yeah. Ghost Triple, if they actually know this, if they've actually played the series and you've actually did a clever quote to it. That would be a night to remember.
Yeah, yeah.
We don't want to keep talking about it, but it's just such a ridiculous concept, in my opinion.
I just couldn't imagine girls like, hey, babe, don't worry, I got you right here. But, girl, if you don't get down my face.
The anime girl's the one that's into that. Okay.
Reading this anyway. To quote article.
I don't think I would want my first fan merch to be condoms. I'm just saying.
What Pokemon Go doesn't have, though, fanmade comics that appear to be extremely high quality. Because of its popularity, a bevy of fan-created merchandise has been popping up since the game's launch and was recently given somewhat of a direct approval by the developer itself. And May
look at that tone, bro. Simmons.
like maybe if it brought something new to the table, like legitimately, what if they made it where I don't know, you could it will look like the art style. The condom looks like the art style. I don't know. Any way you phrase this is weird, and
There's
this
no way
is
to not make this weird.
this is a very specific group of fans.
Man,
Because
it
of
made
its
the total leap.
popularity, a bevy of fan-created merchandise had popped up since game's launch was recently given somewhat of direct approval by the developer itself. It made MiHoYo drop the merchandising guide which permitted the commercial sale of fan-made items that capped at 200 units, which jumped to 500 units in November. Courtesy of Hotaku from this. A natural instinct of fan-made sexual protection based on a video game would be high-level skepticism. Observing the packaging through might curb those initial feelings of doubt. The packages containing the condoms comes with a hologram code, and the wrapper itself appears to have a sleek matte finish.
Yeah, I'm at the
Sleek matte finish, eh?
Yeah.
What, Nicole?
No,
What
I'm
was
just
that?
letting y'all know I'm just letting y'all know I'm about to walk up in here real quick to get some food, but I'll still be on here.
Gotcha.
Sleek matte finish.
There's even an instructional infographic that the lines see inside the packaging. You can pause to read. Apparently, the condoms have been produced substantially without harmful chemicals or spermicide. The low notice is to check the expiration date and try not to open with scissors or teeth. Jungle is the character featured in front of those packages. A half-dragon, half-quillen god is the defensive-minded archetype. Much of the same vein as World of Warcraft player opting to use a tank-style character during a raid. One of his most potent abilities is the Jade Shield, which essentially absorbs a shocking amount of damage. As Kotaku noted, it's only fitting that Zangli is the primary choice to be featured on a product that's designed to protect the user against sexually transmitted diseases. The existence of Genshin Impact Family Gundam stands in hilarious contrast to Capcom's recent collaboration with the Osaka Police, in which characters from Ace Attorney encourage kids to put down the weed. The series of educational flares. How did I miss that?
What he's trying to say is even weebs could get laid.
Sugoi, I guess. But okay.
Responsible sexual health is cool. I'm not sure I can say the same for video game IPs being leveraged by corpse. Unquote. And I think they meant the drug, not the other kinds of weed. Yeah, very good on them for selling this junk. This was a riot. No one has anything else then.
Someone
Not
explained to
much
me
else
what
to
I'm
say.
looking at.
We were looking at the
There's gonna be a lot
condoms.
probably happening on.
Oh, yeah, right.
We were still discussing the safety features of these condoms for some reason.
I don't think there's gonna be many safety features, honestly. Most of these it's like that whole Belle Delphine condom she was selling.
No,
Oh,
I think
one.
these
Didn't
condoms
work, which I
are rigged to
figured.
rip
Oh
because
yeah.
they want the nerds to have a chance of actually getting laid and getting the girlfriend.
Back to the Baldo thing.
I'm sorry, that was a little mean. I take that.
Back to the Baldo thing. That was actually a used condom from her first porno, if I remember correctly.
What?
This was on a past episode. You guys told me this on a past episode.
Yeah, she sold the condom that was used in that video to a lucky person who paid, I don't know how much they paid, but a lot of money.
I feel like I came back at the wrong
Yes,
time.
you really did.
You really did.
And I'm so sorry you did.
Now y'all low-key starting to make me feel like I should have stayed at work.
No, don't blame me.
I feel like I
that
should have
found
stayed
this
at work.
topic.
I didn't work today.
I regret nothing.
I am 100%. I never picked a topic for the podcast.
I didn't pick any of these topics. Master Mendoza. But yeah.
It was my job to scour these topics.
And scour he did. And now we're
Do
coming
we need to get someone to filter your topic choice?
I'm just saying.
It was epic then.
Hot set. We're coming to this conclusion right now. That's all I say.
Epic, you actually filtered for me back then.
Yeah, I used to. I didn't filter this time. Maybe I should have.
Oh, I think it's time to move it.
Yeah,
okay, so. Move it. You want to move it?
The spice was too much for some. Anyway, this is the dumbest one. Tesla's letting drivers play video games on a car's touchscreen, and yeah, there's no way this ends badly. What could go wrong?
What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah.
We're driving we're on a self-driving car that isn't even beta tested as self-driving. It only has like a 25% accuracy rate, and we're playing games, so we're not even paying attention in case the thing starts malfunctioning. What could possibly go wrong?
Time was driving schools warned against distracted driving. Now it's apparently industry standard. Not long after buying a Tesla 3 model this summer, Vince Pratt saw a YouTube clip highlighting the feature. It took him by surprise. 3 video games that can be played on the large touchscreen mounted in front of the dashboard while driving down the road. Dude. I thought for sure it can't be right, Mr. Patton, retiring in Lake Ocean, Oregon. But in the parking lot, he gave it a try. He was able to play a solitaire game on the Model 3 while in motion. Only did for like 5 seconds, didn't turn it off, he said. Astonished. To me, it seems inherently dangerous. It is. The automaker added the game sent over-the-air software update that was sent to most of his cars this summer. They can only be played by a driver or by a passenger in full view of the driver, raising fresh questions about whether Tesla is compromising safety as it rushes on to add new technologies and features in its cars. He was able to play a solitaire game. That's right, the world's most advanced car company is giving you the full Windows 95 experience while you're behind the wheel. There might be some slight side effects, of course. Like your car crashing, but I mean solitaire. While you drive. The future's now, folks. Yeah, this is definitely a very bad idea. I know the car is self-driving, but once again, it's untested. It isn't exactly fully tested, and this can only go very bad.
Thank you. You too.
So nothing on this.
Yeah, I think you're on your own on this one, Minos.
Oh.
But in my defense, I wasn't paying attention. So
it's about the new Tesla having like a touch screen to play games in the car.
Yeah.
So the first game they decide to put on this car is solitaire.
Yeah.
Like a game that most people have forgot existed. To the point that no one cares if it's actually real or not. I love solitaire, just FYI, but sorry. Okay. But just to put it this way, one, you don't need no game in a no car unless it's self-driving. If it's 100% automatic driving car, you're allowed to play a game. Other than that, you better put that bitch down.
Yeah.
Number two, Tesla, you stupid for doing this in the first place. There's already many laws against having your eyes averted from the road.
Especially if you're using a phone or something. Especially.
Yep.
I mean, you see that little gift they have there.
Yeah.
That right there is what I imagine will be happening.
Also, I did. Nicole?
I was gonna say now. I would understand if it's just the passenger plane, but man, what's going on, man?
Driver said, "Yo, solitaire." No, bro, they're gonna be playing Temple Run, trying to get a high score.
No, what they can be playing is
a driving game.
They can be playing Frogger.
That's another classic.
Or Ninja Fruit, or Fruit Ninja.
Or Fruit Ninja.
They're playing a racing game while the self-driving car.
How scary would it be if the codes got mixed up, so the car started driving super fast, like it was in a race car?
Oh, very scary.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's over.
See, Tesla, this is your problem. Like, you got a good boss, more or less, but let's put your priorities in order first. Number 1, make a self-driving car. Number 2, make the self-driving car
an actual self-driving
really
car,
good self-driving car. Number 3, make it even better than number 2. And then you repeat that process at least one more time, then sell it to the world.
Yeah. And
then we don't need your touchscreen to play games.
And once it gets out there and it...
Here's my question for y'all. Have y'all seen iRobot?
Yes.
I do not know if the world is ready for all of that just yet.
It's
I
not.
don't no robot taking over the world, all right?
Just not.
It's
they're
not.
Gonna try anyway.
That's why the robots are going to win, is because we're never going to be prepared to fight robots. No, see, I love how the solution for most of those movies, they're let's get the guy that thinks the old ways is the best way to proceed with these problems. So let's get the guy that wants to buy the 1997 shoes, and let's have him be our role model. Let's have the guy that's bunkered down in an old World War III or World War II bunker. Let's make him the leader. No, that's so ridiculous to me. Why not just build a better weapon? Or use your technology and create a virus that just shuts down all technology, like an EMP. Nope. Let's just get the guy that's everyone thinks is crazy because he thinks robots are killers. Let's get that guy to lead us.
Yeah. Also, I did check it. As you see, solitaire is still built in many computers. I thought they quit that a while ago. Turns out they don't.
No,
especially in the case of Windows.
I think solitaire is still my computer. I think it's in most Windows computers. It's just not
it's probably the Windows operating system at this point.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
If you delete it, you delete the ability to search. That's how infused in code it is.
Yeah, because it's just there. I don't think most people know, but I mean, if you do know, you know. I used to play Spider Solitaire back when I was younger.
Yes.
Oh.
Fun.
I used to play Spider Solitaire. What was the? I used to have a 2D pinball machine.
Oh,
and I would
nice.
always try to.
I used to love playing that.
Spider Solitaire, Minesweeper, the one pinball game.
Man.
There was also a cart match game.
Man, I think Minesweeper is the bane of everybody's existence, man.
Yeah. Yeah, one wrong click and you're done.
Right.
I believe we exhausted this, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Pretty
we
much.
could keep talking, but yeah, we
Yeah.
did.
Yeah, we definitely exhausted this topic.
I can
Yeah.
shout random stuff.
Yeah.
If one keep talking.
Yeah. Yeah, we need to move it before we crash.
I don't think I'm going to be the one to crash tonight.
Oh, I'm definitely gonna be the one. So
Someone already crashed mid-show.
Yeah.
But you know, say I finish this show after I get off.
Yeah. We are at the final topic.
Yay!
Man,
We're at
we
the
got
final
a Santa
topic for
Claus
tonight.
squad right there.
Don't worry, the joke topic, we already did that one, but the final topic for tonight. We're going back to Cyberpunk 2077.
I thought that was on the
What?
ban list.
Keanu Reeves is glad Myers want to romance him.
Oh, I mean, why wouldn't they?
Yeah.
He's
excited about Myers trying to romance Johnny Silverhand in Cyberpunk 2077, even hopes they take him on dates in Metaverse.
You kind of cut out. What did you say?
Who's smoking?
Oh man, someone got the ball wrong.
Yeah.
Listen, Keanu Reeves is breathtaking. That's all I have to say about that.
Wait, I gotta check Skype. Nope, Skuko's not there. Hey, he was smoking that good stuff for 2 seasons.
Someone's outfit spraying with her gun middle.
What?
You have a sexy anime girl in a was it a Christmas outfit with a gun?
Yeah, that's Santa Nightingale.
Congratulations.
I'll have to pull up that image later. Quoting an article, Keanu Reeves is flattered that the Myers are adding this character as a romance option in Cyberpunk 2077. He provides the voice and likeness of Johnny Silverhand, a rebellious rock star who serves as a driving force behind Cyberpunk 2077's narrative. However, while CD Projekt allowed players to romance a wide variety of characters in this futuristic RPG, those looking to pursue a virtual relationship with Johnny were out of luck. Since the real Silverhand is long dead at the start of Cyberpunk 2077, striking up a romance with his neural and ground avatar is impossible in the game's story due to him only existing the mind of the main protagonist. This is where Cyberpunk 2077's mind community stepped in. In addition to adding several features that continue to be absent in the standard version, such as getting to change V's hairstyle after the initial character creation screen, and addressing persistent issues like the game's annoying mini-map, some others are patching the ability to engage a romantic and even sexual relationship with Johnny Silverhand by having them stand in front of one of the main Joy Toys that he can encounter in Night City. However, CDPR ultimately ordered this mod to be banned due to concerns that my fans deserve Keanu Reeves. But they were wrong. As it turns out, Keanu is perfectly fine with fans romancing him. In an interview following his special guest appearance at the Game Awards 2021 livestream earlier, Reeves was asked for his thoughts regarding Myers replacing Joy Toys with Johnny Silverhand. Keanu's response was to pump his fist and cite yes! As the Matrix Resurrection's co-star Carrie Ann Moss looked on with playful exasperation. Keanu stated that he was flattered that the game's fans want to romance him in the virtual world, even going as far as to describe how players could further encounters with his digital self using a VR headset in the metaverse, complete with talk of arousal metrics. Unquote. Also remember, this is the exact same game where you can customize your penis.
What?
Yes. That same game. quoting back, while sexual relationships with Giant Silverhand still out of question, CD Projekt Red have been working to address main technical issues that have been plaguing 2077 since its infamous launch last winter. Years since this route began, players started to warm up to the game, so as much as the game saw an increase in positive Steam reviews during the Stream Autumn sale last month. CD Projekt Red has recently announced that 2077's long-awaited update on the PS5 and Series X is finally going to release sometime early next year, after both it and a similar update of The Witcher 3 were delayed from their planned 2021 launch in October. Keanu Reeves has always been well regarded as being friendly and gracious with his fans, and it seems joyful to mere extends to those who want romance in the virtual space. While players don't have the option to romance Keanu Reeves in either 2077 or The Matrix Awakens Unreal 5 Engine 5 tech demo, Mars are currently working on adding VR compatibility to 2077. Meaning that Reeves' musings about players' engagement with Johnny Silverhand in the Metaverse might come true sooner than expected. Unquote. Yeah, definitely good on everyone involved.
And making the game great. Actually a good game.
Yeah. First off, you're able to play the game. Second off,
all it took was a few months for the game to become playable. I call that a win.
Yeah. I see everything here as an absolute win. And Project Red thought he would totally be mad about this, but nope. Self-love at that level is inspiring.
Well, I am officially home, y'all.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I mean, congratulations to Keanu Reeves. They can romance him now.
Yeah.
And they can actually play the game now.
Yeah, and the game for being actually playable now.
So, I mean,
somewhat.
I mean, baby steps, but hey, congratulations.
Baby steps should have been playable from day one, though.
Yeah. Yeah, totally.
It's like Vanguard. There's too many damn bugs in it, man.
I mean, there's so many dang bugs in every game essentially that comes out now. All these modern games, because all they do is just keep patching.
Oh, that's another point we didn't argue. Why do they want us to pay $70 for a game and it's got all these bugs?
Yeah, they have to keep patching it for like 6 months before you can actually play it. Like, well, if the game wasn't ready, I'm gonna pay $70.
Like, you have 6 months to play test.
Yeah.
How is it not ready?
Yeah. This is the pick of Santa Gale Epic was talking about. That means I must have leaked my desktop again.
Yes, you did. I mean, you consistently do that. I consistently see stuff.
Wow.
I mean, it's better than that one time you leaked. I guess you were looking at something like a manga.
No. No. The one time I had to edit that out was when Menos' Madhouse wasn't established yet, and the logo was on my desktop, so I had to edit that part out.
You got to edit a lot of stuff out in our podcast, Minos, because you be off kilter sometimes. I'm like, yo, Minos, no.
Especially with that joke topic. That was going to be the actual last one until that point.
But it's pretty tame compared to your stuff, so that's good. It's just a cute anime girl with a gat.
Yeah.
To go to work.
Also, I was playing Fate Grand Order while doing this on the laptop.
Also, what is she doing? Distributing vaccines or something?
Yeah, pretty much. Her noble phantasm is Assault Medicine Full Burst Party. She brings the full brunt of it to her enemies. The downside is it does heal one.
I wouldn't mind if that was my doctor.
The downside is it does heal 1 debuff from them as a demerit, but that's by design. She mainly also heals in your party. And powers up herself. Or others. Sorry.
Nah, I heard party. What's going on?
Yeah, I
I
was
don't
naming
know.
her a
Party's
noble
dead.
phantasm.
God.
Assault Mass and full burst party.
Oh.
Well, nice. Let's get into these outros.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely grilling her.
Outros. All right. The regular guest, Hot Shot.
I'm sorry, what?
Your outro.
Yo, this has been your boy Hot Shot, and I'm out of here.
Nicole of the San Diegos.
I know I was late, but this is Nicole San Diego, and I shall hopefully see you in the next podcast. Bye.
Master Minos Toast.
This has been Master Minos of Minos' Madhouse. And until next time, be seeing ya.
This is Epic Steve, the big boss of the podcast. You guys have a good one. Peace.
See you guys later.
Goodbye.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Happy holidays.